Kansas City's night moves with style and panache. Past the street lamps and the trolley lines, just beyond where the coppers bother the wanderers, stands the Loyalist Hotel. Respectable enough place by daylight, though anyone with a proper thirst knows the real heartbeat thumps deeper down. A quiet knock on a back alley door, a whispered password, and suddenly you're slipping below street level, down a narrow staircase washed in a warm amber glow. Down here, the world changes. The air hums with saxophones warming up and laughter spills like contraband liquor. Welcome to the Midnight Saloon, Kansas City's best, worst-kept secret. The Midnight Saloon's the kind of joint where the jazz runs hot, the burlesque dancers shimmer under soft golden footlights, and every table has a story it's trying not to tell. Velvet curtains, cigarette smoke curling toward tin ceiling shadows, and the low murmur of a crowd always on the edge and hungry for more jazz, more liquor, more sex, more sweat. Folks say it's a cabaret, but it feels a little bit like going to confession. Only if the devil is taking them. And with better music. Presiding over it all is Mr. Bender, sharp as a straight razor in a tailored suit. They call him the Sugar King, head of the sugar gang, purveyors of the sweet stuff that keeps the city still singing. He's got a smile too polite for the work he does and eyes that linger just a moment too long, like he's seeing something in your shadow he doesn't quite like. Strange thing, though. Once you're seated, once the band kicks in and the lights dim, you might notice something off. Not much. Just a flicker. Maybe the lamps burn a shade more yellow than they should. It be the cheap bulbs, you tell yourself. Maybe the dancer's costume catches the glow in an odd way, like sunlight trapped underwater. And maybe, only maybe, when the trumpet wails its highest note, it sounds like something calling from far beyond the Missouri night. Folks whisper that the Midnight Saloon has its own sort of pull. People come here for diversion, for a sip of forbidden sweetness, but leave with a feeling they can't shake, a dream that clings to them, a color they can't quite name haunting the edges of their thoughts. But now, the master of ceremonies is tapping the microphone. The band is leaning forward in anticipation. The curtain parts with the soft sigh of velvet disturbed. Ladies and gentlemen, cool cats and high hats, gather around and lend me your very best peepers. The Midnight Saloon is mighty pleased to present a little taste of the untamed frontier right here in our cozy corner of Kansas City nightlife. Now, most dames in this town can turn a head or two, but this one can turn a whole room sideways with nothing but a flick of her wrist and a wink you'll still be thinking about next Thursday. She hails from parts so wild the tumbleweeds are trying to get a bus ticket out, and she's got more tricks up her sleeves than a card sharp on payday. Step lightly, folks. She's a crack shot with a pair of 6-irons that dance faster than a jitterbug on the hot coals, and if you think that's swell, well, wait till you see what she can do with a lariat. Why, she can rope a fella clean off his chair without mussing his hair pomade, and she'll do it with a smile sweeter than bootleg honey. So open your ears, warm up your applause, and hold on to your hats and your hearts, because the West is about to waltz right onto our stage. Put your mitts together for the one, the only, the whirlwind of whip smart wildness, Miss Henrietta Calamity Hetty O'Shea. The crowd bursts into applause. Drinks are spilled in haste. Waiters run around like crazy, trying to get everyone settled in, as onto the stage walks Eddie. What do they see as you shimmer onto the stage?
Hetty sort of makes a big show out of it. She takes a few paces with that familiar metal jingling sound of spurs. She is in a flannel shirt tucked in nicely to a denim skirt. She's got the boots. She has the holsters at their hips. She's sort of mousy looking, but very pretty, well put together, a little too clean for her own liking. But when she walks out, she sort of like does this head hung moment. And then as soon as she gets out to the stage, she whips around, flashes a big toothy smile to the crowd and gives a wave.
You begin your number. Can you tell us a little bit what kind of things you do? What kind of show you present to these locals come to ogle you and whistle at you and throw coins on the stage for you?
She is she's a crack shot. She has her pistol out. She's doing some trick shots and doing some hand movements with her pistol, or Colt rather, and is doing it all showmanship wise and sort of showboating around with it. She has a whip. She might do some whip tricks as well, a crack of the whip, if you will.
Crack of the whip. I like that. You look off to the side of the stage as you perform. The crowd, of course, is going crazy for you as always. And he's sitting right there, your number one fan, sitting in the same chair in the same corner with his little glass of champagne in front of him as he always. He doesn't drink a lot. He's an older man now, but as always, he has a bunch of roses prepared to give you at the end of your number. And he applauds wildly as you perform one trick after the other. And now you're getting ready to perform your final trick, the one that really brings the house down. Your lovely assistant, Rosie, comes up on stage, bringing you a shot glass filled with some kind of rat gut hooch, which you very quickly toss back and swallow. It's particularly vile tonight, and you whisper to her, "What did you bring me?" And she says, "It's something new called Malort. I don't know, it's very terrible." And you're like,
Tastes
anyway.
like pine sol.
Then she takes the empty glass from you and she goes to stand at the other end of the stage and she puts the tiny, tiny little shooter glass on top of her head. And then one of your other assistants comes out and starts to blindfold you as you explain how you're going to do this number, how you're going to take aim and shoot the glass right off of Rosie's head. Trick you've done so many times. Dozens and dozens and dozens of times. And it never fails. It never misses. You know exactly how tall Rosie is. You know exactly what elevation your gun has to be. You know everything, down to the nearest detail. And your eyes are blindfolded and you're spun around several times, but always your assistant stops you right, facing square in front of Rosie. You feign being a little bit more unsteady on your feet than you really are. The 6-gun gets pulled out and your aim is a little all over the place at first. Then, very quickly, you pull the hammer back. Crowd holds its breath. And something strange happens. You see, in the darkness behind the blindfold, a strange, squiggly set of yellow lines, kind of like question mark, with comma and something else and a dot in the center, and it suddenly flashes really brightly right in front of you. It completely sends you reeling. The crowd don't seem to notice anything, but you're blinking furiously behind your mask. You're feeling like you're on a boat, like boats going up and down, left and right, and you're completely unsteady on your feet. You think you might even be sick, and then someone in the audience says, "Come on, shoot, do it, shoot." And you pull the trigger. And there's a scream. There's no scream normally. There's a scream. And you pull your blindfold down. Just off stage. Standing in the wings, where you always stand to watch the show, Henry, you watch as Miss Henrietta is way more swayed than normally. She's really laden on thick tonight. You didn't know any better. She's almost pointing the gun at the crowd now. There's something strange, something off with the entire thing. As you stand there in the wings, surrounded by a couple of the other girls who are also holding their breaths and waiting to go on as soon as the shot rings out, what would people see if they were to take a gander over yonder your way?
Well, they'd see Henry kind of standing there with looking like a proper gentleman, is the way Mama says that he has to do. He has to wear a shirt with buttons when he comes in, so that's what he's doing, and he's just watching in absolute awe as he's nursing a small drink. He's not actually much of a drinker, to be perfectly honest. He's very much a lightweight, so he would be just standing there in his hat, in his overalls, just looking like, uh-oh, this could get real bad real fast. This isn't like her in any way, shape, or form.
The shot rings out. It surprises you. It surprises everyone. And all you see is Rosie fall back as blood erupts and shoots up into the sky. Someone in the crowd yells. The girls next to you all scream, and all of a sudden it's pandemonium. Everyone running left, right, and center. People going crazy. It's the whole thing has just gone completely left. And then you hear footsteps, heavy footsteps coming up behind you. And out of the corner of your eye, you see Mr. Bender. His sleeves rolled up, his hair greased just right as always. He's a very tall, burly, older man. And he comes through with that look on his face and that cigar stamped in the corner of his mouth. He says, "What the hell's going on here? What's happening? Did she shoot her?"
No. There's a problem up there on the stage, sir. You might want to go look after her. She's acting all kinds of wily and not like in the entertaining kind.
God damn it. What's happened this time? Hey, what are you doing here? Did you fix those stairs from the back entrance yet? Nearly broke my damn neck yesterday taking a spill.
I was just taking in the show she puts on. I'll go right now, sir. Yeah.
I don't pay you to take in the show. Get back there. My package is scattered all over. I was 15 minutes on my knees in the dark picking everything up. Go tend to that. And where's Mama?
That way. Go on now, sir.
He heads off to the stage as you scurry back towards the back area of the bar. You cut down a couple of narrow passages. You know this place really well. You eventually find yourself arriving at the back entrance. The area is very dark. There's just one light bulb and it's flickering at best. There's a set of very rickety wooden stairs that lead down from a storm door that's currently closed. You can see very clearly that two of the stairs are broken, and as you sit down and start to prepare to work to fix this, you notice something. You bend down, looking around, trying to see how you're going to go ahead and fix this, and you notice something glinting and shining at you beneath the stairs. What do you do?
Well, I pull out my trusty tape measure and I just kind of like poke down in there to kind of see what it is.
It looks like maybe diamond or glass or something. It's reflecting the light very, very easily, and as you pull it closer to you, you can see that it's a little cloudy, like there's something moving in it.
Oh, what's that? I think like he just reaches down to like he like kind of grabs it to kind of like pull it up and like hold it up to the light to try and get like a better look at it.
As soon as you pick it up, you start hearing, and I'm going to need you to make a resistance roll. It's going to be your empathy plus your resistance.
All right. Ooh. Yeah.
You need a 6 on one of the 2 dice.
So it's double ones. We're starting off strong.
Starting off strong. I do believe you do have some. Someone earlier dropped some bones and got you some yellow signs.
That will allow me to reroll 1.
No,
right?
what that will do is that because you're about to get a point of stress, but if you want, you could spend one of your yellow signs to just not get the point of stress right now. There's nothing you can do.
Yeah. I'll do that one. I'm not ready to go crazy just yet.
You feel something strange, and then the voices slowly sort of attenuate, and you think maybe Bender dropped this yesterday when he dropped all this stuff coming down here, or maybe it's not. Maybe this place used to be a bunch of different things before it was a speakeasy. Getting kind of hot in here. You're starting to sweat a little bit. It's very warm, and that's weird because we are in the fall, and well, you could really use a little bit of fresh air. The room's starting to spin around you a little bit, and your hat feels like it's 2 sizes too tight now, and so is your belt, and it's just not feeling too good. What do you do?
I think he just like needing that fresh air, needing that cool air. I think he just kind of like goes and he knows that he can't just like fling the door open, but he does that thing that I think all of us are guilty of at least once or twice at a fucking club that's a little too overpacked. You just get by the door and you crack it just a touch to get that cool breeze to whip in on you.
And as soon as you do, it hits you right in the face, and all of a sudden you're almost shivering. Whatever it was that set you off appears to be gone. You're still feeling that sweat running down the middle of your back, and it's kind of uncomfortable, but you catch something out of your corner of your eye. You see him sitting in the stairs to the fire escape, about halfway down the building. You see somebody else. You see Scarface. Scarface, tell us a little bit what Henry sees and what you're doing there.
Well, you would see, late 20s, maybe early 30s woman, short but muscly, sitting there in a white button down with the sleeves rolled up, and like very prominently featured like leather holster with a pistol in there, and these high-waisted black pants. She knows how to fucking dress, and she's smoking a cigarette, and she's shaking. She's holding something else in her other hand.
What is it you're holding in your hand?
I've got a piece of paper. I keep glancing at it, and I keep flicking my lighter, and I keep glancing at it, and I keep flicking my lighter, and then it just trying to figure it all out.
As you're holding on to this piece of paper, thinking about it, trying to figure it all out, you suddenly get the sense that you're being watched. There are eyes on you from somewhere.
I don't like being watched, Henry.
Sorry, you're trying to come in. What you sitting out here for?
Because I'm reading something, Henry. I'm fucking reading out here.
Oh, okay. Do I leave the door open for you?
Yeah, leave the fucking door open. I'm gonna come in a moment.
Oh, okay.
Fuck.
Crazy, less scary sitting on the fireplace. What the hell?
The door closes. You're left alone out in the alley. You hear inside commotion. You feel strange. You feel like there's something you're missing, and then you're getting that itch. There's that itch right in the crook of your left elbow. You realize your head's too cloudy. There's no way you can make any sense of this. It's too much, and your head feels like it's wrapped in wool right now. What do you do?
I'll run one hand over my face, and I stub out my cigarette, and I grab my drink, and I just head inside.
And as you do, the camera pans up and reveals a starry sky filled with blackness and a little bit of light from these pinpoints of stars that are blanketing the entirety of it. And the camera pans back down as the clock's arm winds back just a little bit to a little earlier this evening, and the camera pushes in through a window on the second floor, and we find ourselves entering in a very nicely appointed office. There is a nice big desk with some of those green banker's lamps on them. There's a row of books up on the wall. There are thick club chairs and club couches with beautiful ornate tables on either side of them. There's a decanter of something nice and dark and brown and crystal, and Mr. Bender himself is pouring himself a drink, and you, Mama, are in there with him, and with the two of you is a gentleman you've never met before. He is very tall, very thin, almost emaciated, with thin white hair kind of combed back, and he's got a fedora on his knee. His suit is strange. It's a strange cut. Shoulders a little bit too wide, the lapels a little bit too thin, and it's all done in yellow. And he sits there playing with the brim of his fedora. And as you take in the scene, Mama, what would this man see if he looked up and took a look at you?
Mama is a much older woman. She's very tall. She's drawn like a long, thin line. Few curves to her, but she's dressed very richly, like an old Hollywood actress. She smells like rich perfumes, and she's smoking a cigarette sitting next to him very comfortably. She looks very much so in her element right now, very relaxed. But there's something about Mama's presence that just commands a room whenever she's in it.
As you take in this strange gentleman, he looks at you with vulpine eyes, the corner of them, and Mr. Bender finishes pouring himself a whiskey, which he knocks back and then says, Mama, this is a gentleman from Chicago. I want you to make sure tonight that he wants for nothing. Nothing, you hear me?
Of course.
Then he looks over to the gentleman from Chicago and he says, if you wouldn't mind excusing us for a second, I'd love to have a little word with Mama. After that, she'll be all yours and take good care of you, I promise. And he nods and stands up and puts his fedora and brushes some dust off his lapel and heads towards the door and says in this strange, faraway voice, I'll just be waiting outside. And he slips through the door with almost no sound whatsoever. Bender comes up to you, Mama, and he leans in close and he wraps his hand around the top part of your arm, and he doesn't squeeze or anything. It's just there to indicate that he's very serious and he wants you to kind of pull in close, and he says, you understand, this is a gentleman from Chicago. He's either here to kill us all and take over, or to offer us an opportunity. I need you to make sure that it's the latter. Understand?
Do I look like a fool, Bender?
No, of course not. And that's why I'm leaving this in your very capable hands.
Right. Then let me do my very capable work.
Sure, not too rattled by what happened to Lola yesterday, are you, Mama? I know you were fond of her, as you are most of your girls.
I'm not pleased, if that's what you're asking.
Nothing to be pleased about. But I need to know you're solid. I need to know I can count on you, because half of those birds out there are running around like chickens without heads, and, well, I'm going to need someone to wrangle them. I need to make sure that you're steady.
Bender, I've seen plenty of things in my life. A girl dying, I've seen it. I can handle myself.
That's why I hired you. You can see he's not looking too well. He's got under his eyes, the skin is kind of sallow and yellowed a little bit, and the whites of his eyes are also kind of yellowed in the corners, and he looks like he's been up drinking for days at this point, really, and he smells terrible. You can smell the sweat, and the whiskey sweat sort of wafting off of him, and he's got a little bit of a crazy look in his eye. All right. Well, God willing, this'll go well, and we'll be well on our way to more riches. And as he says that, the gunshot goes off, and you're all expecting it. It always goes off at around this time when Hetty's on stage. But Bender flinches. It's the first time ever. You know this man has had Thompson machine guns fired at him from up close, and then he flinches as soon as he hears a gun. He looks over his shoulder really quickly.
Spook Bender?
Watch your mouth.
Maybe having a little too many drinks.
Don't be telling me how much I gotta drink. Get out of here. Take care of the gentleman from New York, will ya? Do what I pay you for, Mama.
Right. She gets up and just slinks out like a cat.
And as you do, you open the door. The gentleman from Chicago is standing right there in his yellow suit, and he looks at you. Everything all right?
Just peachy, darling. I'm sorry I don't believe I caught your name.
Well, that's because I didn't say it. Very easy. My name is Nezzy. Says that someone comes running up. Mr. Bender, Mr. Bender, it's Mr. Bender. Something terrible has happened on stage. And Bender comes out like, what the hell's going on? What's all that screaming about? Something horrible just happened on stage. Hetty done hit someone with a bullet. God damn it. Why can't everything go right just once in this fucking place? And you hear him kind of stomping off, and he looks over his shoulder at you. Mama, take care of the gentleman from Chicago. And he stomps off, and he follows this man up towards the stage, and you hear him shout out, ain't you fixed those stairs yet? And people are screaming in the front room, and the gentleman from Chicago looks at you and goes, that sounds like you're gonna have a little bit of a spot of trouble on your hands. If you want, I can see myself to the bar, and you can find me there when things have quietened down a little bit.
Yeah, you'll find one of my girls down there. They'll take care of you.
I'm sure they will. Just so you know, I turn into a pumpkin around 2 a.m.
I won't keep you long.
I'm sure you won't. Puts his fedora on and he tips it, and you watch him walk away and head back towards the front. And as he does, you hear sighted voice that you recognize as Hetty coming down the hall, screaming for you. Henrietta?
I think what you hear is indistinguishable, but her accent sort of gets faster and louder and thicker, and she's just screaming, oh my fucking God, Jesus fucking Christ.
Mama grabs you by the shoulders and calms you. She holds you still. And when she does that, you realize that she's a little bit stronger for an old lady than you maybe would have thought before. What's wrong, Hetty? What happened?
I fucking shot her. I fucking shot Rosie. I don't know how many fucking goddamn times I've done that damn trick, and I shot her.
All right. Well, accidents happen, darling.
Not to me. Not that trick. Not that damn trick. I've done it too much to never miss, and I fucking missed just now. I missed.
And as you say that, Hetty, over Mama's shoulder, you see a man standing there dressed all in yellow, staring at you with yellow dark eyes. That symbol that you saw earlier when your eyes were blindfolded is on the pin on his lapel.
Hetty immediately palms for her peacemaker, and she has got it over Mama's shoulder, going, who the fuck are you?
There's nobody there.
Honey, did you have too much to drink this evening?
I had one drink, the show drink. Is he instantly gone for me, Bleak?
Yep, just like he was never there. You get, when you blink, you get a strange after image in your eyes of him still there, but it's just the after image.
She pulls up the Colt and slowly and shakily puts it back into her holster on her hip. And I think that this is a moment that Mama would recognize something is very wrong, that Hetty never grabs that gun shaking.
Right.
I swear to God, there was a man right behind you just now, Mama. I swear to God, he was there. I swear it. And then when I went to do the trick, something strange happened behind my blindfold, and I don't know what it was, but it was bright, and it really caught me off balance. And then I shot, somebody was in the crowd just told me just to shoot, and so I did. And then I heard the scream, and it was Rosie.
Something strange happened behind your blindfold?
Yellow. I saw the color yellow and these strange shapes, and they're all odd and wiggly like.
Strange shapes. Interesting.
And I didn't drink nothing other than the show drink. That's it.
Right.
But you know what, Mama? The drink was wrong. It wasn't my normal drink. It tasted different. But I feel fine now, other than seeing weird yellow shit.
Maybe we need to get you one of your normal drinks, honey. Calm you down a little bit.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yep. Mm-hmm. You gotta believe me.
I believe you. I also
swear.
believe that accidents happen.
You swear that you believe me. Swear it.
I swear.
What the fuck is happening?
I don't know, honey.
And she'll sort of wait for you to lead her down. She's sort of this rattled mess right now.
Yeah, she puts an arm around your shoulder and leads you, starts leading you downstairs.
You walk her back to your parlor, the place where you have a little bedroom behind the door somewhere where you can sleep if you need to, but mostly it's sort of your office that you've kind of decorated as a bit of a salon with some bookshelves and some nice couches, and there's a fireplace, and it's a place for girls to come and talk to you and get a little bit of privacy and sort of allow you to kick back once in a while. And as you pull out the key and unlock the door and are about to step in, you hear a set of footsteps coming up again behind you quite hurriedly, and as you look over your shoulder, you see Scarface coming right at you.
Well, what's going on? Everybody all right?
No, nothing's all right. Nothing's all right.
Hey.
Shit has gone awry.
Well, chickadee, come on, sit down. Have a drink.
Let's get inside. How about that? She opens the door to her parlor, lets the both of you in.
Hetty will come in. She'll immediately find the closest seat and sort of plant herself in it, her whole weight going down in one go.
Mama, do you mind if I pour some drinks? Is that all right with you?
Please. I think Hetty needs one.
I go to the crystal decanter over on the sideboard and I pour out 3 drinks, probably a little bit more than I usually would pour, and hand one to Mama and walk over to Hetty and kneel down next to her, and I hand her the drink and I just take her chin under my finger and I lift it and I say, "Hey, Hetty Spaghetti. Hey, it's all right."
You know, that nickname never made sense to me.
Hetty Spaghetti. Why doesn't it make sense? Your name's Hetty. It rhymes with spaghetti. Why doesn't that make sense? It makes perfect sense.
It feels more like a pseudo rhyme than
Hetty Spaghetti is because it's just like
Anyway.
my mother's gravy, you know? That's.
Oh, what? You don't put gravy in spaghetti.
Oh my God. All right. Anyway, but hey, Hetty Spaghetti. Mistakes happen. It's all right. You know? It was an accident. It happens. I'm sure Rosie's gonna be fine. We're all just a little jumpy after last night.
Listen, I'm seeing some strange things, okay? And I don't really know how to describe it other than to sound like an idiot or like I have been drinking all night, and I haven't. One drink. That's it. The show drink.
Nobody thinks you're an idiot. Nobody thinks you're a drunk. Nobody thinks that you're not capable. All right?
What was this strange drink you said you drank, Hetty?
You know, like they normally do, they hand me the shot, right? And I drink out of it, and then I give them the glass back, and then they put it on Rosie's head, and I shoot it. Well, usually it's just a shot of whiskey, no problem. I drink whiskey all night long. You've all seen me drink whiskey, right? No issues. It tasted wrong. It just tasted wrong. Wrong enough for me to remark on it, and Rosie sort of shrugged it off. Who's pouring? And what are they pouring into my glass?
Well, I mean, who normally pours the drink? Isn't it one of the stagehands?
I reckon I just get the glass handed to me and then I drink it. But ever since that, I've just been seeing this strange thing. Listen, I told Mama this, and you better not tell anybody else, Georgia, okay? I swear it. I will come and get you if you tell anybody.
Hey, on my mother's grave.
I put the blindfold on, and these strange yellow wiggles, lines, symbols started appearing, and then it was flashing bright lights. I couldn't see anything, not even the darkness of the blindfold. And then a shot, and then Rosie got hurt, and then when I came up here to Mama, I saw her, and then just behind her was a man in yellow and staring at me. And when I pulled the peacemaker, and he was gone. Vamoose, just behind her.
Look, Spaghetti, like, I think it could just be a weird night, you know? What with everything that happened with Lola and, well, I don't know. I'm not one for showbiz, but, you know, maybe I look over to Mama and I say, maybe we ought to gone dark tonight, you know, out of respect for the dead or whatnot. And you see me clenching this piece of paper in my hand.
Unfortunately, life's not kind like that. You know that.
Right.
Show goes on.
Right. Look, I got this here note. I got kind of busy last night, and I got it like at the wrong time. You know, I received it, but I didn't do anything about it because I was indisposed. But I just found it today when I woke up. It's from Lola.
What's it say?
It says, and I unfurl it and I read it. I'm fixing to get out of here, sugar. I've had enough, and I got just the way to do it, but I could sure use your help. That strange man comes in once a month, the courier. He brings in uncut diamonds from South America every month. Easy money for us. I have a buyer all lined up. We take them and we run. I'm afraid, sugar, something ain't right in this place, or with Mr. Bender. He's getting increasingly mercurial and hostile. I don't know where she picked up that language. And this man, this courier, I'm his favorite, and I have to spend a few nights in his company. When we're far from this damn city, I'll tell you what the courier whispers while he's stuffing my tootsies in his big mouth. Strange things make my skin crawl. Something about the Yellow King. Don't trust them. Don't trust any of them. But if you want to help me, meet me tonight at midnight after my first set in the guest room on the second floor. Bring a gun and don't be late, sugar. I'll tell you everything. I'll tell you the plan. The courier comes back on the 15th. So we have, we've got 2 weeks to prepare. L.
Let me see that note.
I hand it over to her.
But Yellow King. Yellow King. Yellow.
Seems to be a thematic color this evening, yeah?
She hands it back to you and sort of sits back in her chair. Well, who the hell is the Yellow King? And who the hell is this courier?
I got no idea. Just one of Lola's cats. I'm not sure. I never seen him before, but if she wanted to, get the drop on him, I don't mind doing that if it means that we could shake loose from Bender, maybe.
Storyteller, what would Mama know of the courier?
The courier is one of the few things you don't get to interact with or touch or know much about. Mr. Bender doesn't keep too much from you, but the courier is this strange man that's been coming for maybe the past 8-9 months. Like clockwork on the 15th, and every month he comes in, and he usually will just sit in and wait for Bender to come on and see him, and he'll spend some time with a girl, or he'll have a few drinks, and eventually, Mr. Bender comes and sees him, and they disappear together in his office, and then he leaves, and you don't see him again for a month. And every time you've asked about it, Bender has said, "Big plans are afoot. Don't you worry a little ahead about it. I'll tell you when it's time." And he's never mentioned anything else, and you've gotten to the point now where you're like figuring whatever Bender wants to talk about, he'll talk about it. But
I'm assuming the courier never goes through me to see the girls. He always goes straight to Bender.
yeah, he usually would hang out with Lola a lot, Lola French. That was his favorite, as she says in it.
Right. Unfortunately, I don't know much about him. I didn't ever have to see him much. It was always Bender's dealings.
Uh-huh.
Took him straight to the girls he wanted. I didn't have no place when the carrier was in town.
Ain't that just the thing?
How very interesting of that for Bender, isn't it?
I'll say he's not doing so well these days.
What do you mean by that?
Bender, have you seen him? Have you taken a real good look at him?
Looks
Yeah,
like
I tend to
shit,
steer
doesn't it?
clear of him.
Quite yellow around them gills today.
There's
Been
that word.
drinking a lot. Looks sick.
Sick, like he's upset by it, it's whatever happening, or is it sick like he's just drank too much, you think?
Hetty, I'm sorry, baby, but do you think that Bender gives a good goddamn about one girl dying?
You're damn right about that. You are damn right about that. I think perhaps maybe we'll pay Bender a visit. I think that he might have some answering to do.
Well, what about this whole plan that Lola had? I mean, it doesn't seem that bad, right? We've got, 2 weeks before he shows up? That's a good amount of time for us to, get our heads around it and decide what we might want to do. Those kind of rocks coming in, that kind of ice can push for thousands. We've been made in the shade. We don't have to be working for fucking Bender.
As much as I would like to agree with you, and I do agree with you, however, I'm also a little bit concerned that I'm a little bit hallucinating these days. So
Right.
that's a little bit scary there, you know.
Hetty, it was just a one-time thing, honey. You saying these days you seeing other things that you aren't telling us about?
Listen, one time is enough for old Hetty here.
Right.
Shoot one of her assistants. And again, a shot that I don't miss.
And as you say that, out back, Henry, you've been working hard, fixing those stairs. You managed to get them squared away, all 2 of them that were broken, and you still have that weird thing in your pocket, but it's almost out of your mind now, and you're climbing up and down on the stairs, testing them, making sure that they're all right, and yeah, pretty good construction. You did a pretty good job. So you figure maybe you'll check in on Scarface, see if she's doing all right or what's going on, and you crack open the door, and when you look outside, you don't see her there anymore. However, you see something else. You see this car that you've spied before that you know well. It's this kind of black, nondescript, but kind of it stands out because it's so nondescript, but you've seen it several times before, and behind it, you recognize the man. You don't know who he is, but you've seen him come here once a month, like clockwork on the 15th, and he always takes a private meeting with Mr. Bender after having been with one of the girls, usually Lola. Now, you're a far cry, still a few weeks off from the 15th. He shouldn't be showing up here tonight, but you watch him as he unfurls himself and gets out of the car, and he's this really kind of big roly-poly man. He's got this big yellow trench coat with him, and he pulls out this little bag that he ties with a handcuff to his wrist, and he puts his fedora down. I don't know if any of you have ever seen Touch of Evil by Orson Welles, but he looks just like Orson Welles in there. It's just this big roly-poly dude with this big jacket and this sort of straw Panama hat, and he's got that suitcase, and he prepares, and Mr. Bender's not prepared to receive him. Mr. Bender's want to know that this guy's coming. What do you do?
I think he turns and he and he starts to kind of shuffle, take off his tools, all hanging off of his belt, and just kind of clanging around or whatnot, just frantically looking around for Mr. Bender.
You can't see him anywhere. You figure he might be over by the storage area, which is kind of on the other side of the bar. But because you've been around here so much, you've been working around here so much, you know a couple of secret passageways around this place, and you quickly slip through one of them. You find an old grandfather clock in a corner, and you pull it forward, and most of the wall kind of comes out, and you slip through it, and you start walking very quickly through these little things, and you're thinking, maybe Mr. Bender will be in a really good mood that you tell him that this guy's coming in, and he'll be maybe feeling a little generous. Plus, you fixed his stairs pretty fucking good, so But as you're walking through, and you're very careful because some of these little secret passages go by the girls' rooms, and you never want them to think that you're doing anything improper or untoward. So you always kind of just kind of put your hand there and just kind of walk through. But this time, as you walk by, you can't help but hear, I think it's Hetty maybe, and Mama and Scarface, and they're talking about this courier, saying something about this courier, and Lola knew this guy, and she was supposed to meet with him, and there's something about this courier guy that Lola knew about that she wanted to tell someone in the note about, and you lend an ear, and you pick up some of their conversation. And one thing's clear, as you stand there and listen to these three women talk, somehow this courier was showing up tonight, the night after Lola died, the night when he's not supposed to show up for yet another couple of weeks, and he's showing up here tonight. And someone in that room has a note from Lola, information. This can't be just a coincidence. What do you do?
Well, they're gonna think things. I know that they're gonna think things about me there, but me scooting around on the walls and whatnot. But it ain't like that. It's not. And so I'm just gonna. Is there an exit that I can see them that would allow me to pop out ahead of them or anything along those lines?
Yeah, they seem to be in Mama's room, and there's a little secret door. You assume Mama knows about it because it's in her room, but it kind of comes out behind what appears to be like a chiffonier or something, and you could probably squeeze your way through there and pop in there if you wanted.
Yeah, he will.
All of a sudden, ladies, the chiffonier scuttles forward very quickly with a screech of wood on wood, and you see stumbling out of it, well, look in his eye, Henry.
Are you decent? Or is everybody decent? Is it?
Got a switchblade out.
Hand on the peacemaker.
Yes, Henry, we're decent.
Oh, okay, all right.
What
Well,
are you doing in my walls, Henry?
so okay. Where do I start? Okay, so Mr. Bender, he had me go fix his stairs out back, and that's where I kind of ran into Miss Georgie here, the scary one, and then I had to fix them, and while I was fixing the stairs, this big Undertaker-looking car kind of came rolling up or whatnot, and this real big round-looking fella came out with a briefcase, and I recognize him is like that guy who comes about every couple of weeks or so to talk to Mr. Bender. And I was going to go tell him, but as I was moving through the walls, not doing nothing untoward, nothing of that nature. No. I respect you, ladies, and what you do. I heard the thing about the Lola, and and I was real concerned, and something about a guy coming back, and he's here, and he's not supposed to be, but he is here now. And I was going to tell Mr. Bender, but I heard what you were saying. Not that I was trying to drop eaves or nothing. And I thought y'all might need to know it first.
Henry, darling, can you keep your voice down?
Okay.
I don't think you need to be telling Mr. Bender nothing. And she looks like shoots a glance over to Georgia and Hetty.
No, I reckon that all of this information ought to stay right here.
Mr. Bender's real busy right now anyways.
But he's
This
gonna
here
want...
room has a rule about it, which is that anything that's said in this room is private only to the people who heard it in this room. And now you're in this room, you've heard it, so you can't go leaving this room and telling people. Am I right, Henry?
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
Yep. Yep, it does. It does, Henry. Makes perfect sense. And in fact, I would really hate it if you broke our bond of friendship there, Henry.
I ain't breaking nothing, Miss Hetty.
Yep.
Bleak, does Mama know about this secret entrance into her room?
So Mama knows that there are secret tunnels and things like that throughout this place, but you never knew that there was one into your room.
I think while you guys are convincing Henry that we're all BFFs and he needs to keep our deepest, darkest secret, she's like got her head in the wall and she's looking around in it before she kind of like slowly closes that panel back.
As you look down, you stick your head in and you look down, and it's just these old and they're very narrow and they're just kind of in between the walls kind of thing, and you see some rats scurrying about and whatnot. You hear a slight tinkling like of glass, and then the short, melodious laugh of a woman echoing down the corridor. And it's a laugh you know well. It's the laugh of Lola French. We've heard it so often. This little mirthful little outburst that signifies that she finds something way funnier than it really is because she's aware of something behind it, or she knows something. She was always a little secret keeper, that one, and she always kind of laughed in a way that made you feel like she knew something that you didn't. And that's the exact little laugh that you hear echoing down that little tunnel as you stick your head in.
I think you guys see Mama kind of back up and slowly close that panel, and she's just white as a sheet under that like layer of makeup she wears all the time.
What's the haps, Mama?
You all right there?
You look like you've seen a ghost.
Oh, maybe I heard one.
I fucking knew it. This place is haunted. This place is haunted. I have heard things. There are things around here. This place gives me the fucking creeps.
It wasn't yellow, was it?
No, Hetty. Henry, do you know these tunnels well?
I kind of feel like anything I say at this point might be a wee bit incriminating.
Don't worry, Henry, you're fine. Just answer the question, darling.
Sure do. Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's good. You said the courier's here. He's come to see Mr. Bender. Where is he now?
Last time I seen him, he was out front getting out of his car. It took him a minute.
Do you have anything with him, Henry?
Briefcase.
A big one? Did it look heavy?
I mean, not to someone like myself, but I would think that maybe perhaps to some smaller individuals, it could seem quite heavy. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Why? What's in the briefcase?
Henry, how do you feel about Mr. Bender? Is he nice to you? Is he good to you, Henry?
No, not particularly. But I, I mean, I got to be around Lola, and that was kind of worth all the suffering. So, I mean,
And you think that Mr. Bender did that?
I think he might have had a part to play in it. I mean, I got food, I got paid. I couldn't really. I ain't got too many skills that are applicable in this world. So, any kind of work that's steady is good. And plus, I mean, nice scenery.
She lights a cigarette and kind of slinks over to you, Henry. And didn't I always be real nice to you, Henry? Haven't I always given you many comforts
Yeah.
for your nights here?
You have. I got something for you too. I found it out there in the hall too. And he reaches down into his pocket and he pulls out that weird ass diamond that he heard fucking voices from.
I'm going to need everyone to make me an empathy and resistance roll.
Oh, great. Perfect.
Love that. That's good. Great. Cool. He said empathy and what was it? Resistance?
Resistance.
If you don't have dice next to it, does it mean you only get the one?
That's right.
Go fuck yourself.
Now you
Will.
can spend, if you want, you can spend a yellow mark to get dice, an extra dice in your roll. You would spend the yellow mark and you would get a dice equal to your highest dice.
Yeah, I'd like to do that. That would be very nice. I would like to do that.
What number are you looking for there?
You need at least 1/6 out of those dice.
Thank the fucking
I'm
gods.
I'm gonna use one of my yellow signs so I don't go upsetting myself. Because I got a 1 and a 4.
It's a pass for me.
Pass for me, but barely.
I think it's a pass. I got a 10 and an 8.
Yeah, you're good.
Hetty is unwell.
But I found this little sucker out there in the hallway, and I was like, oh, well, I mean, Mama's always real nice to me, and she likes pretty things, and, pretty thing.
Did you Hetty, did you pass or did you fail?
I failed, but I'm going to use my yellow sign, if that's allowed.
Yeah, so you're using 2 yellow signs?
I guess so, if that's what I need to do.
Because you used one earlier, you just said you wanted to use one to add to the roll,
No.
and now you're using another one, or?
No. I just didn't want to get the stress
Okay,
die.
so you use it. Fine, cool. You use one yellow sign, and you don't take the stress. When Henry pulls out this little piece of whatever it is, it looks like crystal or diamond or glass, something like that. And it looks like a shard, like it's part of something that's been broken, maybe. All of you can see that there's kind of like smoke or something that's kind of moving in it. And all of you hear this kind of strange whistling noise.
I'm going to go ahead and say it. Everybody's thinking it. What the fuck?
Miss Henrietta, now that's language unbecoming.
What in the hell was that?
Well, what was what?
That sound, the spooky sound, the whisper sound. You know what? There's a lot of fucking whispers happening in here. I hear things all the time. What the fuck is this? What is this?
I mean, I couldn't really tell you. I found it in the hallway. But I'm reassured knowing that y'all heard it too. I thought it was just me.
Mama takes the diamond.
I would maybe, as an offer, Mama, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but do you have a glove or something?
That's not a bad idea. And she goes over to this really nice armoire. There's a ostrich feather boa hanging off of it, and she opens it and pulls out these really long velvet gloves and tugs them on.
When you open your closet, you notice that all your clothes are yellow.
She steps back and looks back to the three of you behind her,
You notice the drapes, the velvet drapes, are also yellow now in the room.
Are we seeing this too?
Yes, you do.
Mom, I didn't really take you for a yellow girl. Did you change your mind?
Oh, you decided to decorate like Mr. Bender. That's how he had his place done up. I hung the curtains myself.
No, I didn't do this.
Should I be holding this without a glove? I noticed that you're going to put one on.
She holds her gloved hand out. You can hand it over, Henry.
Oh, okay. And he
She
just-
looks she looks at the diamond. Is this a sizable diamond?
It's not a diamond. You think it might be made of diamond, but it looks like it's maybe like a chip of diamond, like something that was made of diamond that was broken into bits and pieces, and this would be a piece of it.
You said you found this in the hallway, Henry. And which hallway would that be?
Going out the back door there. I actually found it right there before I saw Miss Georgia up there trying to read some papers.
Suddenly there's a knock at the door.
Not me.
Mama dear, are you here? And you recognize the voice of Professor Bellows. I'm dreadfully sorry to disturb you. I was hoping you had news of Hetty. She seemed so very discombobulated when she left the stage, and I just wanted to make sure before I retire for the night that she's doing quite all right. If you've heard of her, if you've news.
Hetty's fine, darling. She's having a little drink with me, winding down.
Oh, well, that's quite fine, and that's quite fine. Eddie, I hope you know that Rosie is fine, and I hope you know that it's not your fault, of course. And I hope you're doing fine. Is there anything I can do to help before I retire? Home is calling me. A nice glass of warm milk and some scones before I go to bed. But if there's anything I can do to help before I go,
Well, Professor Bellows, I think I'm all right. I'll call on you if I really feel like we need it, sir.
oh, splendid affair. Have yourselves a good night, then, ladies, and you too, sir. And you hear his footsteps recede away.
How did he know I was in here?
Perhaps he was listening outside. You're rather loud, Henry, if you
Oh.
didn't know.
Sorry.
It's okay, darling. I don't think you can help yourself very much. Well,
Yeah. Do you by chance think that maybe he got more of them little stones? They look like they're worth a lot.
Well,
do you think that this came from the courier?
I know Mr. Bender got a special safe in his floor.
oh. Well, that's pretty curious, isn't it?
Well, I mean,
I'll say.
not to put too fine a point on it, but like most of the folks around here, pretty peculiar.
I would like to use my occult specialty on this maybe diamond chipped that has clouds in it and is whispering to us.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead, roll logic and knowledge.
All right.
By the way, Georgia, you're starting to get a little bit of sweats. You know what I mean?
I have no idea what you're fucking talking about. I'm
You son of a bitch.
fine. I can stop whenever I'd like.
That's a 10 and a 5.
So, your knowledge of the occult is very, very limited. All you know is a few things that Professor Bellows has talked to you about, that you've read in some books, things of that nature, but holding this thing and everything else that's going on around it, you absolutely feel that there's some kind of vibration, some kind of power in this thing, but you feel like it's not necessarily complete. But there's definitely something strange and unnatural about this little token. And you rolled a 10, you said?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so 10's a critical success. And as you hold it, you look at it, you see the smoke inside of it that is turning kind of yellowish. And you can see for a brief moment Lola's face in it, almost as if it is reflected in it. And you see her face with a look of terror like this on her face, and then it disappears. Go ahead and give me a resistance roll, please.
Yep.
Empathy plus resistance.
8.
Excellent. You hear her scream echo around you throughout the entire place, as if the whole bar now is filled with it. The others don't seem to hear this. It's just you, as you hear it moving around, kind of as it's echoing throughout the room, and then it dies off.
She takes like a little like silk like clip purse out of her pocket. She's wearing this very lavish, beautiful like fur rimmed coat, and just kind of drops it in there and like closes it and sticks it back into her pocket. We're just gonna pretend like we didn't hear anything, nothing happened, everything's fine, this ain't weird. And I think she looks around to everyone. All this yellow, does it mean anything to any of you?
Well, only what I saw, what I told you about behind the blindfold, and then the man standing behind you.
Right.
Nope. Although I have had a couple 2-3. I don't know. Running. I don't know. I'm not a fan of the color yellow. Is it itchy in here to anybody else?
You all right there?
Yeah. I'm fine. I think the radiator's just going extra hot. you know.
I feel fine, Scarface.
Yeah. Maybe it's all this talk about, I don't know, ghosts. And excuse me, Mama, would you mind? Can I just I'd love to go behind you dressed and screen powder my nose if you don't mind. Is that all right?
Yeah, you go on ahead, Georgia.
Okay, great. And I slip behind the screen and I pull from like one of my pockets a little kit. And I just very, very quietly begin heating up the bottom of a spoon. And I pull my boot off and I take a sock off. And you see as I proceed to load a syringe and just a little bit. You can just get to take the edge off kind of situation.
Storyteller.
Give me just one moment. Hold on to that.
Yeah, go ahead.
As you prepare this, you hear the music change in the main room. Piano starts off slowly. A couple notes that you recognize, and then Georgia. The song starts echoing throughout the bar.
I don't even finish what I'm doing. I just quickly toss it all back in the bag and I like hop out from behind. I'm like pulling my sock on and putting my shoe back on. Anybody fucking hear that? Did you hear that?
What were you gonna say, Creep? You'll have a moment to act there before this.
Yeah, I want to know if I could maybe use a little insight to see if I recognize what's wrong with Georgia, because Mama's seen some shit in her life.
Well, I'll tell you what. Make a logic and medical aid.
That's an 8.
You're not sure exactly what's going on, but it's definitely withdrawal that you're sensing from her. You know it's withdrawal, but you don't know what she's doing about it, but you know that she's definitely suffering the effects of withdrawal.
Okay.
And then you hear the song and you come out of there. Scarface.
What the fuck was that? Did anyone hear that?
Do we hear the song?
You do, in fact, hear Georgia being played on the other side.
Do you normally powder your nose with your sock?
I just had I had a rock in my shoe, but what the fuck was that? What the fuck is that?
It's a song, Georgia.
Yeah, it's a song called Georgia. Don't you think that's a little fucking weird? That's the song that my dad used to sing me. It's fucking weird.
It's a pretty popular song there, darling.
Who in the hell do you know in the club that knows that song? Who do you know? Huh? Who's gonna just sit down and play it? Something is fishy.
I think Ray, the piano man, he knows how to play it.
I don't know. It's just a lot. It's a lot of coincidence, you know? It's a lot of coincidence.
Well, get your sock back on. I think that
I'm getting it. Give me back on. Just give me a second.
Golly. Well, listen. I think that it's safe to say something very strange is happening amongst us. I think that we would be damn foolish at this point if one would tell anybody else, which we've already established, what happens in this room stays in this room, right? Okay, that's Mama's rules. And then, nextly, I do believe that we probably ought to stick together. Now, I'm not one to have somebody get the jump on me, and I don't want anybody else to get the jump on any of y'all. But perhaps we do a little investigating on this courier, since he's here.
Don't you think we get like in a wee bit of trouble for that? I mean, that's one of Mr. Bender's like big clients, you know, like one of his special guests.
We'll be real sneaky like about it.
Yeah, also considering the fact that like the main girl that he saw is now fucking dead and no one knows why.
Exactly. It doesn't really feel like Mr. Bender's going to do anything about it. And I'll tell you something, Henry. Very important information that you ought to know. If Mr. Bender were to get real upset by our sneaking and, you know, tomfoolery, I have a gun. So, you know, I might have missed once tonight, but I won't miss again.
I fully believe that about you.
So, worst case scenario, I shoot the bastard dead.
Well, I don't think we need to be shooting Mr. Bender anytime soon. Hetty, let's be smart about this.
I want to be sneaky first, but I'm just saying, worst case scenario is the worst case scenario.
Well, you're currently in the snake's den, Hetty, and he's the head snake. Remember that. It would be good to. Now, I will say you are correct. Lola's not here anymore, and the courier might need him a lady friend for the evening. Now, I don't know about you guys, but that's usually my job inside these walls.
Well, by all means. Wow.
I think we should get an eye on where Mr. Bender is and Mr. Courier is. Maybe we can do a little looking around. Maybe I could keep two of them busied, or one of them busied. Henry, you seem to know those walls real well. Yeah. Is there a way up to Mr. Bender's room from those walls?
Game Master, is there?
There's a way that'll get you close, but there's nothing that goes straight to his rooms. He's had those places condemned, but you could get down the hall from it.
Well, I can get real close, like.
Right. Well, maybe we could split up a little bit, do some looking around, see what we find, reconvene here.
All right. Real sneaky like.
Real sneaky like, right?
Love sneaking.
I'm sure you do. A wink.
I fan my collar and I go, I swear to God, it's hot in here.
Hi.
I swear it's hot in here.
Mama, a quick question. Hetty ain't really gonna shoot Mr. Bender, is she?
No, honey, Hetty's not gonna shoot Mr. Bender now, are you, Hetty? Because Hetty's gonna be with me. She's gonna come along, huh, Hetty?
Oh, okay.
Well, you know, I was really hoping to see the inside of those real spooky walls that might be haunted and might have things out there to grab me and tear me away from this fabric of reality. So, shucks, I guess I'm with you, Mama.
Yeah, we'll go have ourselves a nice little drink at the bar, Hetty. You probably need more. Georgia, maybe you should go with Henry.
Oh yeah, we want to slip through walls like little castle rats.
I figured
like
that's something
that.
you might be good at.
Yeah.
I love sneaking. Let's go.
Why do you like sneaking so much?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
So, remind me exactly, where is everyone going and what are you doing?
Mama's gonna take Hetty to the bar with her under the guise of she's getting her a drink and getting her a little relaxed, and she wants to get eyes on the courier and maybe see if Mr. Bender's down there as well, and kind of offer her services to distract.
And I guess I'm taking Georgia as close to Mr. Bender's office as the hallways will let us go.
In the walls.
I'm so jealous right now. I love being in people's walls.
You.
I think.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
No, please go.
Okay. Okay. I think as they depart, though, I think Hetty sort of gives one long look at Georgia. Now you be careful, right?
Hey, Hetty Spaghetti.
I still
Come
don't
on.
understand that nickname, but yeah, you be.
You don't. I don't understand how you don't understand the nick. Hetty rhymes with spaghetti.
I reckon it does. I believe you.
All right. Well, maybe I should write it down at some point. Anyway, listen.
I don't know how to read.
Listen, spaghettis. I'll be fine.
Listen. Just watch your back and watch out for that yellow man.
Yeah. You do the same, all right? I'm not too keen on losing anybody I care about.
Now, what are you trying to say, you old Scarface?
Well, I don't know. Maybe after all this, maybe I could buy you a drink or something.
Yeah, you could probably do that.
Maybe we could talk. You like talking?
Not really, but you're all right to do that with.
Yeah, maybe I'll fix you a plate of spaghetti then.
I'll chew it, and then maybe I'll figure out why that nickname works so well for you.
Well, you know what they say about spaghetti?
No.
It's straight until things start heating up. And on that note, Georgia will leave the room.
I'm Irish American. What are you talking about? My last name is O'Shea. I don't understand any of these references. I like potatoes. Anyway, Mama, you ready for that drink?
And the two of you slip into the walls, and two of you head on down towards the main bar area. As you approach the main bar area, you find that the place is quieting down a little bit after the incident with Hetty. The place has kind of gotten a little bit of a downturn. People are quiet, drinking, and just sort of, finishing off the last few hours of the night. Kind of quiet. You take a look around the room, and you don't see Mr. Bender, but you see a couple of people. You do see the gentleman from Chicago is sitting alone in a club chair in a corner somewhere. He's got his legs are crossed, and he's got his fedora hanging off the tip of one of his feet, and he's just kind of bouncing it up and down like this, and he's looks like he's sipping a martini or something, and he's just kind of taking in the scene. And you do see the man that you recognize as the courier, this big burly feller, and he's sitting right at the far end, the corner of the bar, and he seems to have his little briefcase kind of tucked under his arm, and it's in there, and he's got like a couple of drinks in front of him already, and you can tell he's been drinking absinthe, and he's got like a couple of them laid out in front of him already, and he's got this yellow handkerchief, and he's kind of dabbing at himself at the sweat pouring down his forehead. And the place has a kind of a strange vibe to it. The music seems kind of slow, and everything seems a little bit kind of almost in slow motion in some ways. It feels kind of really weird, but once in a while, as you walk through the room, you hear loud applause, and when you turn, there's no one applauding or anything like that, but that happens a couple times. Where would you like to head?
I think I don't see Bender anywhere right now. Nope. Okay. I think the first thing Mama's gonna do is she's gonna look at Hetty and point to the strange-looking gentleman at the bar that she never quite got the name of. You see that fellow over there?
Mm-hmm.
Now that's a nice man from Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Bender wanted me to entertain him this evening.
Right.
Maybe you could go show him your cowgirl ways.
Well, Mama, we've had a conversation about this time and time again. It's not really my forte of entertaining gentlemen.
Well, you ain't got to kiss him or nothing like that, Hetty.
All right.
Just go sit and look pretty and smile and, tell him about your cowgirl stuff, whatever that is, cows and dirt and things.
Manure.
Maybe don't talk about the manure. And I'm going to go over and I'm going to talk to the courier.
I think she looks over at the courier and obviously he's unwell, to say the least. And I think in a very serious, quiet moment from Hetty, she takes your elbow, or cups your elbow, gets your attention. Now you be careful, right? I can keep an eye on things, no problem, but I only got 2 of them. If I'm looking out for Bender and looking out for this Chicago man, just be careful. You holler if something needs to be taken care of. You understand that, right? And in that moment, you do understand that Hetty will kill for you.
Thank you, Hetty. Of course. Always careful.
Yes, ma'am. Now, I suppose I have a gentleman to entertain this evening.
For now, I'll come get you, don't you worry.
Don't leave me hanging too long now, all right? I might get wily.
She's gonna go walk over towards the courier.
Yep, and Hetty's gonna go walk over to the Chicago guy.
Chicago man.
Chicago man. Hetty, as you are walking towards the Chicago man, a waiter comes by and he's carrying a tray with a couple of scotches, and you reach up and you grab one. And as you do, you hear the voice that you recognize behind you. Who says, "Oh, Miss Hetty, I'm so glad to see you out and about. It was a frightful affair that happened on stage. I'm so glad to see that you're doing all right." And you turn to see old Professor Bender there, and as always, he's got impeccably dressed with his little knit vest and his little vest over it, and he's got his walking cane and his fedora in his hand, and he's got his little bag that he carries with him everywhere. His little, thinning gray hair sort of slicked back and tucked behind his ear, his little mustache and his bow tie, as always, just a little kind of askew.
Do you mean Mr. Professor Bellows?
Yeah, Professor Bellows, yeah.
Okay.
Did I say something else?
You said Bender.
Oh, sorry, no, it's Bellows, yeah, Professor Bellows.
Okay,
Yes. Are you doing all right, then?
Hetty knows something is wrong. I'm all right. I'm all right, Professor Bellows. I appreciate you checking up on me. And I think over his shoulder, she cuts Mama a glance. Like, didn't he just say he was leaving?
Well, I'm so glad to see that you're all right. And of course, I'll let you be. You probably want to wind down a little bit. I myself am due home. It's quite late for me. These old bones need to get into bed. I did want to say, Hetty, that as always, you remind me of her so much. And, well, it's a joy to know that you're all right. And, well, I guess I'll see you next Wednesday, as usual.
Yes, sir.
Have yourself a good evening.
Before he leaves, is there any way I can do some sort of like an insight check to see if anything is really amiss about him?
You don't need to. Nothing's... Well, actually, okay, go ahead. Give me an empathy plus insight.
Okay. I would love to do that. Neither pass.
Hmm?
Nothing. I don't get. I've got a 1 and a 4.
Seems kind of his usual self. Maybe he's a little tired because it's a little bit later than he usually likes to hang here. But he was just being solicitous on your end, and you know that he cares about you very much. And he's I forgot, Hetty. These were for you. And he lifts up the little thing of roses, and you can see that they've kind of been bent a little bit. He's like, I'm afraid when things happened on stage, I got a little overexcited, and I squeezed them a little hard, but they should still be good. You can trim them and put them in water, and he hands them over to you.
She takes the roses and she
Why?
thanks him quietly. Thank you, sir.
Oh, that's quite all right, Eddie. It's always just a pleasure to see your face, and much it reminds me of hers. Have yourself a good evening. And he turns around and he puts his little hat on his shoulder, on his head, and he walks off.
Before he leaves, I think Hetty grabs his shoulder and says, Professor Bellows.
Yes, Miss Eddie, is everything okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just curious. Just a survey I've been asking all the patrons this evening. How do you feel about the color yellow?
Well, my wife was quite fond of it. I remember we had this dreadful yellow wallpaper, and one day, wouldn't you know it, my wife was out ironing in the baby's room where the yellow wallpaper was, and she started seeing things moving in it, and she was very convinced that some things were living in the yellow wallpaper and moving around, and, well, we had to have her put into the hospital for a little while for her own care, but a few months later she returned and she was quite well and quite fine and never wanted to see yellow again.
Okay, all right. Well, Professor Bellows, you just be real careful on your way home this evening and make sure that you take real good care of, locking your doors and making sure everything's real safe in your home. These are dastardly times these days. And
No, they sure are, Miss Hetty, and I would ask the same of you, of course, and urge the same of you to be careful. Things are not always as they seem.
No, they're not, are they, sir?
No. Have a good evening, Miss Hetty.
Good night, Professor Bellows.
If you see Mama, tell her I said good night and that we're still on for Parchesi next week.
I'll send the word over. And
So kind of you. Mind your 6 guns. And he walks out.
yeehaw, I guess. And she's gonna head over to the guy sitting in the chair.
When you turn towards where the gentleman was, he's no longer there.
What the hell? Where the hell did he go? My head's on a swivel. I'm looking around for him.
Give me an observation roll.
Okay. I would love
It's
to.
logic and observation.
Logic and observation. Am I? Let's see here. Okay. An 8 and a 9.
That's very good. It's 2 success, a critical success. You catch the backside of him just as he heads up the stairs.
God damn it. And she follows behind him. She's quick on her feet, I think.
Meanwhile, at the bar, Mama, you approach this feller who appears to be mumbling to himself, and he's got his absinthe there in front of him, and he's got a little pencil, and he's kind of drawing down on the bar, and he's mumbling to himself, and no, 7, 7, 7. Oh, that's very beautiful. And he takes his drink of absinthe and he slams it down, and he looks up at the bartender. Another man, another please. And then the bartender starts preparing another one. What do you do?
I think she's gonna slide in and sit right next to the man. Does she know his name, or does she only know him as the courier?
Just know him as the courier.
Yeah, she slides in, sits next to him.
Well, good evening. I don't believe we've been properly introduced. And he wipes his greasy, wet hand down on his shirt and he extends it over. His nails are cracked and dirty. His skin is rough and also very filthy. It looks like he's been in the jungle for weeks.
She doesn't seem to mind. Shakes his hand. Very dainty. I don't believe we have met. My name's Josie Arlington, but everyone around here just calls me Mama.
Mama. Oh, that's great. That's fantastic. Mom, I never knew my mother, but if she was as nice and smelled as good as you, then I would have wished to have known her. My name is Mr. Carcosa.
Mr. Carcosa, nice to meet you.
The pleasure's mine. Can I buy you a drink? I'm having
Sure.
absinthe, but whatever you would like.
Oh, we're visiting the Green Fairy tonight, are we?
I visit the Green Fairy every night. Green is only a little shade past yellow, after all.
I see. Sure, I'll join you in an absinthe, Mr. Carcosa.
And the bartender comes in and prepares another one, and he brings them to you, and Carcosa grabs his, and he lifts his glass. Here's to you, mother.
Do you?
When you clink glasses with him and you look into his eyes, you see something strange. You see his eyes are reflecting like a skyline of a city, but you don't recognize it. It feels weird and ancient and strange, and as he looks at you, I'm going to need you to make a resistance roll. Empathy plus resistance.
Can diddly do. It's a 10.
You hear strange sounds, trumpets playing in the wall. You hear someone slamming down 3 times, dong, 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 as if calling people to attention for a play. The room is quiet for a moment, and there's just you and him, and his teeth are all kind of rimmed in yellow as he looks and smiles like he's got gold around his teeth. And he he pours his drink down, and as he starts drinking, the sounds of the rooms come back slowly around you. And he's like, if you're the mama here, I guess you probably know all the little chickadees, right?
I do, Mr. Carcosa.
Oh,
I understand that you used to really enjoy one of my girls, Lola.
oh, used to. I still do. I still very much enjoy Lola. She has the prettiest little piggly wigglies you ever did see.
Well, I must unfortunately tell you that our dear Lola had a little bit of an accident. Have you
Oh,
not seen
no.
Mr. Bender tonight?
No, I've not seen him at all. Where is he? He's always late, isn't he? He's always running late. He's always just a shade past the hour.
Seems like he's been a little bit extra busy this evening.
What happened to Lola?
Don't you worry about that. Why don't we just find you another girl?
I don't know. Lola's kind of special. She's very good at keeping the voices away. Yeah, you know, it's not long now. The moon turns behind the mask and the diamonds, remember?
No, what's that supposed to mean, Mr. Carcosa?
He looks around. He's coming. King in yellow. He's coming. In fact, he's already here. He's already here. He's already in your walls. It's already here. do you have pretty little piggly wigglies in those shoes?
The King in Yellow, you say? Isn't that from some silly old play?
I wouldn't speak so lightly of it. It is very real, and the people who hear his name don't remain the same for very long. Yep. Have you heard his name? Have you seen the
King in
sign?
Yellow?
Have you seen the sign?
What's the sign, Mr. Carcosa?
The sign in yellow.
Yellow, yellow, yellow. I've been seeing so much about yellow today. I'm about sick of that color.
When he comes, he'll paint the entire town yellow, and then you can really be sick of it. Would you show me just one toe?
I'm sorry. I've been out of the profession for a long time now.
Oh, that's too bad. I never had me a mother.
Sorry to hear that, Mr. Carcosa.
How's your absinthe?
She takes a sip. It's quite nice.
You feel something move in your mouth as you swallow.
She just tries to like stone face through it. There's maybe a little bit of sweat like beading at her forehead. Well, how about we see about getting you a girl then?
One with pretty piggly wigglies. I like to put them in my mouth.
Right. So you've reminded me. Isn't that nice?
I'll come with you. And he slams the rest of his absinthe and
She stands and she does not drink any more of her absinthe. And she pulls from her waist like a big, almost like a janitor key ring, this big steel ring of keys on it. And that would be her keys to all the different girls' rooms. And just this way, Mr. Carcosa, we'll find you some girl.
Yeah,
and she's going
very
to glance like side-eye Hetty on her way out, try to see if she notices her.
Eddie is not there. Neither is the gentleman from Chicago.
All right.
You're fine.
I feel fine. I'm totally safe.
Shall we? I'll follow you real close.
Right. She walks so slow. She's just like scanning as she's walking. Like her internal monologue is just basically like, somebody, anybody.
Meanwhile, upstairs, you're moving through the walls, Scarface and Henry. You find your way pretty quickly up one more flight of stairs and you open up. You're about to open. I'm going to say, I'll let you decide what you want to do, but you get to the point where you know there's a little bit of a door that opens up, and it opens in kind of like a janitor's closet. That's at the end of the hall from where Bender has his apartments. Both of you are standing in there. It's kind of warm in here, but not too bad. There are a few rats kicking around. Nothing too untowards. What would you like to do?
Well, we should probably make our way over the Benders, right? That's where we said we'd go.
Yeah. The spaghetti thing, it works. It really does.
Right, that's what I thought.
Does. Yeah, it really does.
Really works. I think it's really cute. I don't know. I thought it was kind of charming, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she just, or maybe she's just never. Maybe she's only had spaghetti from a can. I mean, maybe she just doesn't like spaghetti yet. I don't know.
So we're gonna go out here, and then we got to be real quiet, and then go down the hall, and then we'll be at Bender's private rooms.
Okay. Yeah. No worries.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Varl. Thank you for joining us. You open the little secret door into this janitor's closet, and as soon as you do, across the way from you on the other wall, you see this strange sign, kind of like a question mark with two other squiggles beneath it in yellow, and around it is written in finger paint, very, very shaky finger paints. Have you seen the sign?
Well, I do reckon that opened my eyes. But he's gonna be real. Mr. Bender's gonna be upset.
I too saw the sign, and it did in fact open up my eyes to this situation.
I'm going to need the mods to remove one 9 move each from Kato and Kurt right now. Right now, thank you.
I'm sorry that you don't like fun and you just like toe sucking sounds. It sounds like a personal problem. So
That was just payback for the toe sucking sounds.
yeah, you subjected us to like 3 minutes, and I've got it in fucking stereo. All right, not because of my headphones. He's right fucking there.
He's gonna be upset. But we ain't supposed to be writing on the walls. That's different. Who's it? Who's that? Who do you know who he's talking about?
Got no idea, but I think I really hate the color yellow now.
Well,
Is it
that's
like
fair.
is it like a wallpaper or is it like wood that it's been painted on?
Wood.
Yeah, fuck. I was hoping it was wallpaper and I could just but
I'm gonna need a lot of stain to fix that.
well, did you really deduct? No, Raven, don't actually deduct a night move.
Good job, Raven.
Raven, are you serious? This is horse shit.
Put it back.
Well, maybe we press on real quiet like. And I pull out my switchblade. Just real quiet like.
You open the door. Beyond, both of you have been up here before, and you remember the dark, rich maroon carpet, the cream and red colored wallpaper, the brown, beautifully darkly stained wood that lines the ceiling. When you open the door, you can see that the carpet is this kind of strange cream colored that appears to be moving. The walls are covered in yellow, but streaks of it, as if yellow paint has started to pour down the wall from the line at the top of the wall and is streaking down all the way in. The light themselves have kind of flickered off, most of them. There's only 1 or 2 left, and at the other end of the room, where Bender's door is, it is painted bright yellow. You know for a fact that there are a couple other rooms also up here, but there are no other doors right now. The walls are smooth all the way down this long, narrow corridor, all the way to Bender's room. Behind the door, you can hear someone talking.
Is the before we get to Bender's room, is the room that we know that Lola French died in, is that on this floor? Is it behind one of these doors?
It should definitely be here, but there are no more doors.
Oh, I thought you just said there were other doors. Oh, they're not. There are normally other doors, but we only got the one door, is what you're saying. Great, cool. We're walking right into our fucking deaths, aren't we?
No.
Well, let's go.
They're talking.
Yeah. But
Can you hear them?
Yeah, I can hear them, but I also heard like creepy voices coming out of that diamond before, and I heard creepy. You know, I've heard a lot of crazy shit here. Like, I've heard stories that this place is haunted. I thought that for sure. I've heard that the theater is haunted. Like, every theater's got a ghost, right? But, like, you know, that whole thing where we all saw Mama's clothes were all yellow and everything was all yellow and all this fucking wallpaper's yellow. That's fucking crazy. But sometimes I've heard some other things, like, you know, whispers and stuff.
Like
But
what?
I think this is just proof.
Like what kind of whispers?
Like ghost cats and I don't know, just there's just some shit, you know? There's like, I feel like a woman's laughter down the hall. Like, I think Mama looked a little spooked when she popped her head down that hallway. Maybe she heard something like that. I don't know.
Oh, I always thought it was just, like the place playing tricks on you because it's an old building and it's shaped kind of funny.
Yeah, all these like rot gut rooms, all these running tunnels. It's a bigger operation than I thought for a little dive in Kansas City. But hey, sugar, right?
Uh-huh.
And
I think he just starts moving up slowly, like, I have no idea what she just said to me.
just like really fucking quiet, like like a mouse, like a church mouse.
You have no difficulty.
You're the only one talking.
You have no difficulty not making sound. The carpet is so thick that your feet sink in it, almost to the point of disappearing as you walk through. And it doesn't have that quality of fiber. It's got a more spongy-like kind of quality as you walk through. You approach the door, and you hear behind the door, that's the thing that troubles me. I can't forget Carcosa. Black stars hang in the heaven. Shadows of men's thoughts lengthen in the afternoon when the twin suns sink into the lake of Hali. My mind bears forever the memory, the pallid mask.
Did that sound like Bender, or did that sound like someone else?
Sounded like Bender.
Does it sound like he's talking to anybody in particular, or is he talking to himself?
Sounds like he's... Bit of both?
Little calm A, little calm crazy. Got it.
What do you do?
Do we go? Or what?
I feel like maybe we just listen at the door for just like a second. I don't want to give away that we're like right here in case he's having like some really crazy private conversation with someone or himself.
Oh, okay. Do we hear anything else, Jim?
Is there any other sounds coming out of here aside from the muttering?
You hear, as you approach the door and put an ear to it, Scarface, you hear, "You better get in here, Scarface. I know you're out there." And it's not Bender's voice, but it's Boss Balducci's. "You don't want to see anything happen to our little Lucille here. You better get your ass in here right now."
Henry would see that Georgia is just like pale as a sheet and kind of gibbering like real quiet, like to herself, like kind of just muttering a little bit, So that's a voice that I didn't think I'd hear again. I didn't think that I'd have to deal with again. I thought we were past all that. That was another time, another lifetime.
Miss Georgia, you getting loud. We gotta. Shh.
You gonna skulk about all night like that, like a rat, Georgia? Or are you gonna come in here and face me, because I'm fixing to get real ugly on Lucille's face here unless you step into this room right this minute.
Motherfucker, you're gonna get ugly on this. And I kick open the door and have a switch in my hand.
Georgia kicks open the door, Henry. You see Mr. Bender is sitting on the floor. On the floor in front of him, you see are hundreds of little pieces of diamond or glass or something, and he's kind of like trying to put them together, kind of like a puzzle. And when she kicks the door and he turns over, and you can see that his skin is kind of yellowish and looking very sallow, and his eyes are sort of red rimmed, and he's drooling a little bit from the side of his mouth. And he looks over and he's like, what the fuck are you doing here? And you see him reach for a handgun. Scarface, you walk into the room. It's just as you remembered it. You see Boss Balducci standing there. You see Lucille sitting in the chair next to him. She is crying, or has been crying. She is clutching a tissue in her hand, and you can see that her eyes are rimmed, and he's definitely been kind of battering her about a little bit. And he's standing there, and two of his guys are standing on either side of him, and he's looking at you, and in his hand is a truncheon, and he's just slapping that into the palm of his hand. And he's like, we're finally gonna get to the bottom of this, Georgia. You've been fucking my wife, you rug muncher. Get in here and fucking tell me if you've been fucking my wife. And Henry, you just see that Mr. Bender has his revolver, and he's turning. He's like, the fuck are you doing here? Is that a knife? Get out of here. And he starts to level up the gun.
Mr. Bender, you're sick, sir. You don't have your wits about you. Put the gun down, sir. Just wait. No, you don't want to shoot nobody. No.
We're gonna do initiative.
Oh shit.
Oh no. Oh Jesus. I don't know how to roll an initiative, man. Fucking tell me, how do I do it?
You don't roll initiative, it's cards. Does one of you have a power that deals with initiative? Like you can draw 2 cards. I think one of you has lightning reflexes.
I do. I have fast reflexes.
Okay. So we'll start with Kurt. I'll draw 2 cards, and you get to choose which one you want. Lowest goes earlier, so it depends if you want to go fast or slow. So for Henry, I have 7 and 5. A huge difference.
5.
All right. Put the 7 back in the deck, and we're going to draw for Georgia. Georgia gets 2, and Mr. Bender gets a 6. Georgia, what do? You step into the room. You see Boss Balducci there. He's got Lucille tied in a chair next to her. He's got that truncheon in his hand. He's got 2 other guys in the room also. One of them you're sure is packing. At least one of them you're sure is packing. What would you like to do?
Hey, I've got my switchblade out, so I'm gonna just dive for him and try and shiv him in the gut.
Go ahead and give me a strength plus close combat.
Why wouldn't it be agility? I'm kind of, fast.
No, it's strength plus close combat.
Okay, I guess I'll go fuck myself then.
Thank you, Alvaro. Ball's given a total of 500 bits, so that's a 1 night move or 1 yellow sign for each of you.
Pasta Fazul, motherfucker, that's a 7.
You lunge for him and plunge your knife right into him, and you feel the hot blood kind of gush, and he's like, I'm gonna teach you to mess around with my wife. I thought I could trust you. And he starts beating down on you. But before he does, you get to go, Henry. You see Scarface dive into the room for Mr. Bender and just plunge her switchblade right into Bender as he's trying to get his gun and kind of bring it up and pushing her back. He's like, what are you doing? What are you don't understand? If I gotta finish this. He's coming. You don't understand. What would you like to do?
So is Georgia, like, as far as I see, right? Georgia's just kind of like lunged at Mr. Bender, right?
That's right.
I think that he gets around Georgia and like grabs around the waist and just kind of like pulls and lifts, like to try and like trying to break up like a bar fight almost. Like he's just like, no, we're not killing Mr. Bender.
All right, so give me a strength plus force.
Strength and force. Okay.
And what's your strength? I have it on here. Never mind.
I can find it if you want.
I got a 7 and a 9.
All right. 7 and a 9. Are you going to try to resist this, Scarface, or are you letting him pull you off?
I think truly I'm so distracted by Boss Balducci over here that I probably wouldn't even see it coming because I'm like right in there, and he's beating down on me. So I'm like trying to get in under the ribs again.
All right. So you manage to pull Scarface off of Bender, and you pull her off, and she's definitely got like the crazy eyes and the knife still. And Bender sort of rolls back and looks down and sees that he's bleeding. Bitch! And he levels up his gun and he fires. And he's going to take a shot at Scarface. Carducci. Ooh, that's a crit. You feel the bullet strike you, and let's find out where it's.
We will be right back.
I'm gonna cut over. The cat's just bought herself a one-way ticket to Abu Dhabi. I have no clue what the catch is. Pretty mad. Meanwhile, Hetty,
Yep.
you go up the stairs, following the gentleman from Chicago. It seems pretty bad. I think I have to go. Entertain the folks for a moment, would you? I'll be right back.
Yep.
French in the percolator.
There's a snake in my boot. Well, we're three entertaining people.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I can sing you all the song of my people.
No.
Please sing for us.
Ave Maria. The end. I did it.
Okay.
I have the voice of an angel.
What's the dog doing? They're not in the room. They're with their dad, their dog dad. They're not allowed in here.
We had a nice moment on Monday when I was at your house.
Yeah?
We got to be really cozy.
All right, I'll fix it in post.
Everything's fine.
Everything okay?
Fine. Yeah, everything's fine.
I was
Sounded
going to talk
worse
about how I
than
got snowed in at Creep's house and she yelled at me.
All right. Eddie,
Yep.
you're moving up the stairs, following the man from Chicago. He gets up to the second floor. As he does, you hear a gunshot ring out from upstairs.
Oh.
You hear a gunshot ring out from upstairs. What do you do?
So the Chicago man is ahead of me. Do I see him at all?
He's kind of turned the stairs and he's on the second flight of stairs going to the second floor.
And I hear the gunshot behind me or ahead of me?
Ahead of you, coming from the second floor.
Okay. Well, I don't think Mama is going to be real fond of me not being so demure and all, but fuck it. And she's like booking it up the stairs towards the gunshot and towards the Chicago man.
Let's find out what happened with the gunshot, and I'll come right back to you. The gunshot, can you, Scarface, could you roll me a d12 for the critical, please?
Yes, but I would like to use my dad's straight razor because it's special to me, and once per game I can use it to get an automatic critical success on any roll. And I would like to not die.
The bullet hits your dad's straight razor, which is in your front shirt pocket. You feel the handle shatter, the handle of the razor shatter, as the bullet is mostly stopped by just over where your heart is. You will take 2 damage. You will take 2 physical damage, but it takes most of the brunt of it as it shatters and slows down the bullet enough not kill you. As this happens, your senses come back to them, and you see that it's Bender on the ground in front of you that has shot you, and that Henry is holding you back. But before we get back to this, I just want to finish with Hetty. So Hetty, you hear this gunshot coming from upstairs. What do you do?
I'm booking it. I'm heading towards the Chicago man and towards the gunshot.
You turn around the corner. You don't see the Chicago man. You get up to the second floor. You look down the hallway. The hallway, by the way, your character doesn't know that it was all yellow a moment ago. To you, it looks normal. With the maroon carpet and the red and white walls and whatnot. But the door at the other end of the hallway is open. And the door where Lola died is also open. But the gunshot seems to have come from the room. You can see that Bender is on the ground in his bedroom. He seems to be bleeding. Henry is wrestling with Scarface. As you can see Bender kind of trying to pull himself back and pointing the gun at them. What would you like to do?
Okay, so Bender's still got the gun out and it is pointing at her friends. So I'm not going to shoot him as much as I would like to. I'm going to take out my whip. Can I call the shot and whip the gun out of his hand?
You can certainly give that a try. So you're going to be rolling. If you're calling shot, you're going to be rolling at disadvantage, which means that for your whip, you would normally be using agility and mobility for your whip,
right?
Which is a D12 and a D10. You rolling at disadvantage means you're going to roll 2 D10s and you're going to take the lowest of the two. Unless you wish to spend a yellow sign and get...
I got 2 7s.
Ooh.
I took a screenshot of it just for fun.
Pretty good. What'd you get with the other die?
That's it. They were both 7s. Or do I roll it again?
No, you should be rolling 3 dice. You should be rolling a D12 for your agility.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
And 2 D10s for your mobility, and you take the lowest of the 2 D10s.
Okay, so it's a 3 on the D12.
Okay, but a 7 still on the D10s, right?
So, yeah.
Okay. You roll out your whip and you fire it off, and the two of you, Henry and Georgia, hear this crack as this whips just right past you, wraps around Bender's gun and pulls it out of his hand. The gun goes flying off in a direction. I'm going to need you, Georgia, also to give me a stress roll. So you're going to give me a resistance empathy plus resistance. You do have 2 wounds. So you're going to take a penalty. You're going to roll in this case, your empathy is your lowest dice, a D8. So you're going to roll that. You're going to roll 2 D8s. Take the lowest one of the 2 and then roll a D10.
If it's empathy plus resistance, I only have a D6. I don't have resistance at
Oh,
all.
I'm sorry. I was looking at somebody else's character sheet.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Don't look at my character sheet.
So you're going to roll 2 D6 and take the lowest one and hope to hell do you roll 2 D6. Unless you want to spend a yellow sign.
Where are we at with yellow signs? Let me see. Back at the further back. I got 2, so yeah, I'm gonna use 1. So if I use one before, do I use it before I roll, or can I roll? Or do I roll and see?
Well, so it depends. If you use it before, you're going to get an extra dice to roll. But if you want to wait and see, if you fail, you can spend it to not get the stress point, which is probably the better bet.
Yeah. Thanks, Farrell. Well, yep, we're gonna do that.
You spend another yellow sign as your mind is threatening to go wonky on you, and all of a sudden you realize kind of what's going on, the way the room is. Bender kind of scuttles back as Henrietta comes running up with her whip, and the 3 of you are there. Henry still kind of holding back. Georgia, I'm assuming, Georgia, now that you see that it's Bender, you're not going to be attacking anymore, or do we continue with the initiative?
No fucking way. I'm not doing that. I'm assuming is Henry still holding me up? Like, got me around the waist, like.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like you're like until he's convinced you're settled down and not gonna stab Mr. Bender again. He's just kind of like, no.
Yeah, I think that she's like probably pinned, like arms on her side, and I think you'd hear her just like, put me the fuck down. I gotta get to Lucille. What the fuck is going on here? What the fuck is this? What the fuck? Why am I covered in blood? What's going on?
You stabbed Mr. Bender.
Oh, Jiminy. Fuck.
Did you just say Jiminy?
I don't know. God. But there was someone else. There was someone else in here. There was someone else. There's someone else here.
There is somebody else here. And the problem is that somebody else is Mama. I've left her down there with that strange courier man while chasing up here after you lot. So, we got a problem here. He's stabbed. You're doing whatever the stabbing.
And for the record, Scarface has also been shot.
And you've been shot. And Henry, well, you look all right, Henry. Okay, all right. We need to get our shit together. I don't know what's going on with you right now, Georgia, but I really need you to get your shit together.
All right. Ow, fuck. Oh, God, Jesus. And I like move my shirt and there's this like huge blooming bruise. Oh, fuck. I broke a rib. I broke a rib for sure. Ow. Ha.
You'll be fine. Somebody needs to go check on Mama, and I need to go chase after the Chicago man, because I just saw that door open, Lola's room.
We didn't even see a door to Lola's room. What do you mean the door?
It's wide open right now. It's wide open. The whole thing's wide open.
You can't go alone, man. You can't go alone. That's the whole thing. So.
All right. Well, what
do
the
we do?
hell?
We gotta get Mama. We gotta go into Lola's room. What's going on? What do we do?
First things first. We deal with Bender. Then what, Henry? You got a plan?
No, I was just stab Mr. Bender. Mr. Bender, are you okay?
No, I'm not okay. God damn it, I've been stabbed. Jesus, Scarface. I know you didn't like me much, but you had to fucking stab me.
You fucking shot me, asshole.
You were trying to stab me, you fucking dick.
God, fuck off. Jesus.
Mr. Bender, do you believe that this is a mortal wounding?
No, I don't think I'm dying.
All right. You can deal with that on your own, I suppose.
Can you help me out, maybe?
You're fine.
I'm actually not. I took 2 wounds.
You're fine.
We're not fine. None of us are fine. There's a piece missing. There's a piece missing to the mask, and he comes back to on his knees and still dripping blood. He starts going through all the pieces, and as you can see, as he's assembling the pieces together, it's starting to take the shape of a mask. All these little pieces that look like the piece that Henry had downstairs. And when he assembles them, they all kind of click together and they're kind of making a mask, but there's clearly a little piece that's missing. It won't work if it's not complete. It won't work if it's not complete. He's gonna get us all. We have to find the piece. There's a piece missing.
All right,
I worked so long for this. Months I put into this.
Well, unrelated, we should probably find Mama for no reason whatsoever.
Hey, that looks just like.
It looks like it's missing a piece. I know, Henry. That's what Mr. Bender just said.
Don't understand.
Oh.
He's coming. He's coming, and if we don't have this, he's going to take us all. He is. The King in Yellow is coming. He's coming. The Paladin mask is the only thing that can stop him. And I've been putting it together painstakingly over the last few months at great cost. Now that he's here, there's a piece missing. Not supposed to be a piece missing. The courier brought me the last pieces 2 weeks ago.
Okay, well, why don't you find a bandage, Mr. Bender, so you don't bleed all over the nice carpet. And then Henry and Georgia, why don't y'all come with me and find old Mama and let her know that we need to go find this last piece for this mask?
Okay.
Yeah, and then we'll tend to you, Georgia.
You do that. Get out of here. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I'm trying to save everything and everyone. And he starts to scratch himself, and he's shaking, and he almost looks like someone in withdrawal. Scarface, you can see I need to find that piece. I need to find that piece. He's coming. He's everywhere. He's in the walls. He's in the drinks. He's coming. Oh, he's over here. It's going to be just like Carcosa in here. We're going to see the black stars up against us in the sky. And then he's going to spread his yellow mantle over everything.
Okay. Well, that's all very well and good, Mr. Bender. Thank you very much for that insight. And she's like slowly backing away and like waving for Georgia to like, come on.
Yep. Right.
Yep.
Yes. Yes. 100%. Let's go.
So yeah, Hetty's given up on the Chicago man, and as interesting as that door is, if one, Mama has the last piece of this precious mask, and two, she left her alone, so she feels bad about that. So
as you head into the hallway, you clutching your wound, Georgia, the three of you start running back, and as you approach the open door, the room where Lola died, you hear suddenly Lola's voice as she screams, "No, ah!" You hear a glass shatter.
Lola?
gulp.
The hell?
What do you do?
I think Henry goes barging in.
Scarface will hang back just slightly, broken rib under the tit and everything.
Hetty's got her whip out, but she's not necessarily running in.
As you run into the room, you cut downstairs to Mama. You are leading this man down the back rooms. Where are you taking him exactly? As he's looming behind you, and it feels like he's getting bigger and taller and just more oppressive as you walk with him, especially since you left the main room behind and now are in the back rooms where the corridors are emptier and narrower and darker.
I don't hear any of the gunshots or anything.
Not yet.
Okay. She's like going very slow and kind of buying her time and thinking what girls would be available, though she's at this point not comfortable at all with leaving this man with any of her girls. So I think she's just kind of buying her time, walking down this hall.
You walk down the hall with him, and he's like, "Have you been here a long time, Mama?"
Quite a few years, yes.
One could say that you're intrinsically part of this place, then.
You could say that.
Tell me, have you happened to know where Mr. Bender would keep his precious things?
Precious things? Like his office, maybe?
More precious than that. We think that Mr. Bender is a very business-oriented man, but I know he cares about the people who work for him a great deal, and, well, I'm just wondering if you were to keep someone special somewhere, where would it be?
A person? Mr. Carcosa, is that what you're talking about? A person? You asking me if he has some sort of secret place where he keeps people?
I'm just wondering where Lola might have gone.
She stops and turns toward him. I'm afraid that Lola had a little accident. You didn't hear? He didn't tell you?
No, why don't you tell me, Mama?
Her throat was slit. Clean open.
As if with a straight razor or some kind of flick knife?
How am I supposed to know about that stuff, Carcosa? I'm not a detective. I run a whorehouse.
Simply think you might have been curious.
Of course I'm curious when something happens to one of my girls.
You hear a gunshot from somewhere up above. Oh, you curious about that?
I think I might need to excuse myself, Mr. Carcosa.
I don't think that's quite what I had in mind right now. And he literally seems to have grown. He seems to be taller and bigger, and he's basically blocking off the entirety of the corridor now. And when you look down, you can see this yellow liquid is pouring out from underneath his pant legs and has started to flood the floor beneath you. I think, Mama, that you know more than you're saying, and I would very much like to know where Lola is. I came back specifically and especially to find her. She's very near to my heart. You understand? And I would very much like to see her.
She begins to back up very carefully. Damn. So, one of the weapons that we could take was pepper spray, but I don't think there's pepper spray in the 20s. And I have it. I took it, but I was like, ah.
You could have some sort of facsimile, handmade, homemade kind of thing of it.
I know what she does. She has one of the like little tiny perfume bottles with the atomizer. And it's got like her like pepper spray concoction, whatever she's created. And she like just is digging around in her pocket and whips it out and starts like hitting him with the perfume pepper spray.
Let's do an initiative.
All right.
I'll draw a card for you and a card for him. I open my mic just as Kid opens.
Sorry.
Did you bring me one?
No, but I can go get one if you want.
The rest of my initiative cards. I had them a second ago.
Did you check your butt?
It's in his hole.
Oh, they're there. Mama gets oof, 10. He gets 7.
That bastard.
Sorry, Mama. You look down for a second when you can't find the thing, and you wrap your hands around the atomizer. Just as you bring it up and you look up, he is right there in your face, and the smell of him just sort of overpowers you and wafts over you. I'm going to ask you to make a resistance roll.
Okay. I'm going to use one of my advantages for this.
Okay.
I got a 6. This is my highest.
All right. On the nose. Your mind doesn't go too crazy when what appear to be tentacles from his shirt, buttons pop out in the middle and in the middle of his body, and from where his belly would be, these little pale fleshed tentacles roll out and start to wrap around you. And as it does so, you can see his size diminishes as all these worm-like tentacles that made up the bulk of his body are now spilling out the front of his shirt and the front of his breeches, and are starting to wrap around you, slipping in and out of your clothes, gliding against your skin in the most slimy manner, wrapping around your arms, and just starting to envelop you. Your mind doesn't go completely crazy as he wraps you up in these fleshy tentacles. I'm going to ask you to do a strength plus force roll. to see if you can shake away from him.
Yeah, this is gonna go really bad. I'm gonna go ahead and use another one of those yellow signs and roll my 2 die 6, and nope, that's a 2 and a 4. She's not strong.
He envelops you with these, and they start pulling you towards him, and you can see that they separate and they split off inside his core, and you can see that they're not tentacles, they are long feeders that are lining this gigantic mouth. That is where his belly would be as he starts to pull you closer and closer to him. I am going to ask you to make another resistance roll for me, please.
How many fucking attacks does this man get?
The resistance are just to see if you get stressed.
All right, that's a 9.
Nice. So your mind reels at what you're seeing, but remains steadfast. We cut upstairs. As Henry, you walk into the room and you see Lola standing there, holding a couple of glasses of champagne. She is wearing tassels on her nipples and a tiny little belt with just a hint of feathers coming out and hiding her private area. Henry, I thought you'd never show up.
Miss Lola, you don't appear to be decent at this particular time, and I have not
Henry,
paid for those services.
You should know better than anyone that I'm the most indecent girl here. Why don't you step up here? I got a glass of champagne here with your name on it.
Is my name really on it?
No, honey, it's just a figure of speech. Come on over, sugar. Here. And she extends a glass of champagne towards you. Here's to our health. I'm so glad you're going to be helping me rob Mr. Bender. We're going to get those diamonds, like I told you, sugar, and we're going to get out of here, just you and me. We're going to find ourselves a nice little farm somewhere, and, well, you're going to put a whole passel of babies in me, and we're going to watch them grow up, and we're going to have a little swing on the tree out back, and it's going to be this beautiful yellow ribbon attached right around it, and our little house is going to be painted yellow. It's going to be a dream. Don't you want this? And her fingers reach out and start to play with your ear and start to play with your hair behind your neck. Don't you want that, Henry? Don't you want?
Yeah.
We could start making babies right now if you wanted, if you got the strength for it, if you think you're up for it. And she's rubbing her stomach against your belly.
He becomes acutely aware that he has an audience at this point.
Well, speaking of your audience, Scarface and Hetty, you approach the door cautiously and you look in, and when you do, you see Henry standing there in front of Lola, but there's something wrong with Lola. Her skin is tattered and rotting and falling off, and she's holding a glass of what appears to be blood, perhaps filled with maggots and pieces of floating things in it, and she's running her long fingers that you can see have bones protruding from them in Henry's hair, and she's slowly getting closer and closer to him.
Okay.
Henry? Henry? Yeah. Hi. Could you come here for a second? I just gotta ask you something. Yeah, just come out here. Out in the hall. Come out in the hall and come chat. Have a little chat with me and Hetty.
You don't want to go out there. Them two's rug munchers. They don't want anything to do with you. They don't like men. Not the way I like men. You're a man, ain't you, Henry? You can satisfy a woman. I'm never going to need a rug muncher to satisfy me, am I? With you around, sugar? And she starts to wrap herself around you, and her mouth is getting really close to yours, and her breath smells so wonderful of honey and all sorts of warm, sweet things. Hetty and Scarface, you see that she's completely wrapped herself around him. What do you do, Henry, just before I go to the other two? Yeah, kiss me, Henry. Kiss me like you mean it. Kiss me like you're a man.
But you didn't want me.
I had to pretend Mr. Bender is awful jealous. But now that he's not going to be a problem anymore.
Wait, Mr. Bender's hurt. We gotta help Mr. Bender.
Mr. Bender's a terrible man. He's fixing to do something mightily horrible. Don't worry, Scarface will take care of him for us. She's already up there ready to kill him. She missed the first time, but she won't the second time.
I think at that he pushes away, and he's like, "How do you know that? You weren't there."
Scarface and Eddie, when you see Henry push away from her, you can see that there is parts of her flesh that clings to his flesh.
All right, that's enough of that. Mm-hmm. Yep, we're done dealing with that now.
We're done here. Hey, Henry, I've got a loose floorboard out here that really needs your attention before someone breaks an ankle. You're the only one who can do anything about it, so...
Yeah, we're done talking now, okay? I'm gonna whip Lola.
As you bring out your whip, she lifts up her hand, the door slams right in front of you.
All right, that's a bit rude there.
This is like running through Scarface's mind of like, but what would happen if we just left? If we just left. But
Well,
she does not say that out loud.
Mama, but now we're stuck dealing with this bullshit.
I know.
Lola's back from the dead and is real gross looking.
Yeah,
and now she's about to fuse her body with Henry. And
the
make
shining
little
ass
babies.
motherfucker bullshit right now.
All right. Okay.
So I drew initiatives just so that we can go around and see who does what. So I got 3 for Henry, I got an 8 for Hetty, and I got a 2 for Scarface. So we're going to start with Scarface here the first. What are you going to do? The door is slammed. What do you do?
I'm going to first check if I can get it open. Can I get it open at all?
You try the handle. It is locked.
Okay, cool. I'm going to kick it down again.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a strength plus force.
Kick it real good, baby.
You using any yellow signs?
No, bitch, I got 1 left.
Get him.
I say bitch with a lot of respect because I did not succeed on this.
Oof. No, double down on it.
You can push. Would you like to push?
Why would I do that when I've got 2 wounds? I feel like this is a bad idea.
It's a one-shot push.
Fucking fine.
But with your wounds, you're rolling at disadvantage. You roll your first point, doesn't matter because you missed. But
I don't think I could have failed harder than. Do you want me to roll again and like make up? Look at that, failed again.
no, you're fine. Just are you pushing or not?
Fuck, it's a 1 shot and I can't be pussyfooting around it.
Hello.
More mussyfooting around it. So yeah, let's push.
So you're gonna roll your d8 plus your d6 again, but you're gonna roll 2d6 and take the lowest one of the 2.
Roll 2 6s.
Butts, that sucks. Because I got a 5 on my d8, but I got a 6 and a 1 on my d6s.
So unfortunately, because you pushed and didn't get a success, you will get 1 stress.
I am
you're
stressed. You are right.
You're fine.
You rear up and with your foot kick at the door, and you hear a bit of a crack, and you realize it's your ankle as pain shoots through your leg, and you're like, and the door barely budges. At 3, Henry, you hear something thump on the door out front. What do you do?
Oh,
Not out front, but behind you, basically.
Oh, someone's at the door. I need to go see who it is.
Is that what you do? You go to the door?
Uh-huh.
I don't think I want you to leave me right now, Henry. I'm a woman with needs, and she sidles up and comes towards you. You turn around and start going towards the door, and she wraps her arms around you. You keep going for the door.
I'm trying real hard to get towards the door, but it's a struggle, I fully admit.
You get to the door, you put your hand on your handle, you go to open it. Hetty, you see the door handle turn and the door is about to open. What do you do?
I put the whip away and I've got the peacemaker out. Ready.
The door opens, you level up the peacemaker, you see Henry's face. Hetty's holding a gun right in your face. Hetty, I'm going to need you to roll me a empathy plus resistance, and Scarface, I'm going to need you to do the same, and Scarface, you're rolling a disadvantage because you already have stress.
D10, okay.
So I'm still, because I don't get a die in resistance, so I'm just going to roll 2d6s and take the lower number. Oh, God, this is so fucking horrible.
I got an 8 and a 1. My 8 is on my D8. My 1 is on my D10.
Yeah, no, I get nothing.
Do you want to spend a yellow sign to not take another stress, Scarface?
I mean, I got space for 3 more, so I think I'm just going to take it.
Okay. The two of you look up. You see Henry there, kind of surprised to see a gun in his face, but otherwise looking okay. But on his back is this strange creature that appears to be made of, for lack of better word, solid or semi-solid yellow milk. And it's wrapped around him, and there's this huge maw, kind of like on a stingray. You would see, like, on the underneath, you would have the 2 eyes and the mouth that would be there, and these kind of flaps that are kind of slowly enveloping Henry, and this huge kind of empty black maw that's about to come down and chomp on him. And Scarface, you see this, and your mind rebels. Your mind's like, no, this is not real. This is not right. Eddie, what do you do?
I put the barrel of the gun in the maw and fire.
Mama, you hear a gunshot upstairs, another one, as you are slowly being kind of ingested by this thing as it's pulling you into it. And he says, Mama, I don't want to hurt you, but I'm going to have to unless you tell me, where is Lola?
She's like panicking and sweating in this hold right now. I think she's upstairs, honey. And maybe we just need to go upstairs to her room.
Okay. I'll do that. Just as soon as I'm done eating you. And you start to sort of slip into him. And then he pauses. You slowly start to fall out of his belly mouth. You land on the ground. He looks at you and then he falls down to his knees. And then he says, Mama. And he crumples back on the ground. And you see that he starts to melt away like yellow wax, melting into the floor. Oh. I'm sorry, Mama. I thought you looked like you were perhaps in a spot of trouble there, and I thought I'd help you as Professor, the professor whose name escaped me. Bellows extends a hand towards you. Can I help you? I have a handkerchief here you can use. We might need another dozen of them, but it would be a start. You're a little bit moist right now. Please, let me help you up, Mama.
How did you do that, Bellows? She's like slowly getting up, and her eyes are just big as saucers staring at him.
Oh, he's not real. He's not really here. The Yellow King works in illusions and theatrics. It simply requires that one be trained in looking past the illusion of it. As you can see, and as you look down, now that he's kind of melted away, the ground has become normal again, and all the wetness and all the stuff has kind of gone away. It's all theatrics, my dear. The King in Yellow is very theatrically minded, and, well, as long as one knows how to peer behind the curtain, so it were, one can, well, remain safe from his, at least his more superficial machinations. Well, you're right. And he uses his handkerchief to kind of dab at whatever little wetness remains on your face.
There was a gunshot upstairs.
There are several, in fact. I've heard gunshots all night. I thought Henrietta was the only one shooting things in here, but it seems like this is a regular rodeo.
I would love to know more about what you're talking about, but I think we need to get up there.
Oh, it's very fascinating. You see, what began originally as...
Professor?
Yes?
I think we need to move now.
Oh, yes, absolutely. If there's a gunshot, perhaps Miss Henrietta is in difficulty, and I would very much like to help her out if she is.
Yes, and she's like shoving him.
And the two of you start running up. Upstairs, you fire Hetty. Which gun are you using?
Billy the Kid's 6 gun.
Tell us a little bit about this gun, would you?
It's a special gun. Billy the Kid, famed 6-shooter, Hetty, somehow, some way, happened to come across it. It fell into her hands, if you will. We don't know if it's truly his 6 gun. But there is belief that there is power behind it. And it's got 1 bullet in it. It is Billy the Kid's bullets, the last one, marked with a sign. I have no idea what it does. I just know that it is special. I feel that it's special in my heart, in my soul, and my spirit.
Go ahead and roll your agility plus firearms.
Okay. So it's 2d12. It is a 6 and a 7.
That's a crit. You pull the hammer back and squeeze the trigger, and the very last bullet, Billy the Kid, shoots out of that gun, almost in slow motion, as it travels, narrowly missing Henry's head, burrows itself in the face of the creature behind him. There's a momentary lapse of sound as nothing happens for a moment, and then suddenly this massive explosion rips apart this creature, rips it completely to shreds, to pieces, as it starts to splatter all over Henry. This dark red yellowish goop just drops on top of you, and thankfully you're wearing a hat, as it hits on your hat and starts to rain down on either side and just drenches you completely in this pus yellow liquid that seeps in down the back of your neck, and you feel something heavy and wet hit your shoulders and then fall to the ground behind you with a wet thwomp. Now, Hetty, say something cool, please.
I hope that was worth it, Henry.
I think I need a bath.
We'll hose you off later. Don't worry about it.
Another gunshot, Mama. And just as you round the top of the stairs, you see this scene Scarface, injured, bleeding from the chest somewhere on the ground. Eddie with the pistol up almost in Henry's face, but kind of pulling it back. Henry drenched in the most foul-looking liquid you've ever seen in your life, and you were just with the courier, so... The three of you see Mama and the professor come rounding up the stairs.
You're all right.
I've been better.
Well, you're alive. That's not for nothing.
Are you all right?
I'm just fine. A little bit tired of all this weird shit going on.
I could
Weird.
probably use some medical assistance if it's not too much trouble at some point.
Yeah.
Right.
Are you alright, Miss Eddie?
Oh, I'm just fine. I'm just dandy. Henry, you all right?
No, I don't believe I am.
Oh, you'll be all right, Henry. You'll be okay. And she like slaps him on the back, and I imagine makes a terrible squelching sound.
And it kind of
And I
splatters all over a little bit.
I look at my hand like, and just wipe it off on Henry.
Oh, here, Miss Eddie, I have another handkerchief here you can have. And he hands you his handkerchief.
Thanks. Yes, Professor Bellows, I thought you went back home.
Oh, I did, but I had the terrible feeling that something was amiss, and I thought to myself, well, Bellows, you old coot, you can't be leaving them young people alone to face this. They don't know what's in store for them. You gotta be there. You couldn't be there for her, but you have to be there for them. And so I came back just in time, it seems, as Miss Mama was having some words with a rather unruly patron. But we sorted that out, didn't we, Mama?
The courier is gone.
Oh, jeez, Mama, I'm awfully sorry. I didn't mean to leave you by yourself like that. I just wanted to entertain the Chicago guy.
Right.
Well, we're alive. That's what's most important. And, but we'll get to you, Scarface.
You
look
hear a
real cute
gunshot
down there.
coming from the room at the end of the hall, Mr. Bender's room.
Did you
What
check
the
on
fuck?
Mr. Bender?
Yeah. He needs that little thing that I gave you to complete his little special mask thingy.
Special mask. She turns and looks at Bellows, and she digs out her little silk coin purse and pops it open and picks out the little diamond-looking thing. Have you ever seen one of these, Bellows?
Oh, well, that's quite peculiar, isn't it? And he reaches into his pocket, and he pulls out his spectacles, and he's like, and he takes out another handkerchief, and he takes the little thing from you. Oh, that is quite peculiar.
I could have swore I saw Lola inside of it. Saw her face screaming.
Bender said anything about this?
Well, matter of fact, he's got a whole slew of them in his office right now.
He said he's making a mask and it's gonna save us or protect us or something from the guy in yellow.
What did you say? A mask? What kind of mask? Did you say what kind of mask?
I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out why I'm the only one who touched it with my bare skin, and everybody keeps using gloves and pickles and all kinds of stuff to hold it.
It was like a pale mask.
The pallid mask?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
the plaid mask. The plaid mask.
Yeah.
We have to get in there right now. Do you still have some ammunition?
I think
Miss Henrietta?
she looks down at Billy the Kid's 6-shooter, and there is a decided expression of loss on her face. And she tucks it away, and she pulls out her peacemaker, and she nods. Yep, sure do.
What about you there, Miss Coffee? So, oh, you're right. I see that you're bleeding, but are you?
I'm still down here bleeding and stuff. I don't know why I'm southern now. No, but I do have this, and I pull out from my breast pocket my Pop's straight razor, and I flip it open, and I say, kept me from taking a bullet to the old ticker, but it's pretty sure that it's like solid silver, maybe. I think it could cause some fucking damage.
Well, I guess that'll have to do. We have to get into that room. If Mr. Bender is indeed putting together the pallid mask, then it means King in Yellow is not far. King in Yellow was here once, long ago. The night that the theater was supposed to open. Madness erupted. Fire caught. Many people died. Including my daughter.
That was just a play.
It was not just a play.
I got the playbill downstairs in my room. It was just a play.
That is the pernicious influence of the King in Yellow. He moves through the arts. He moves through theater. As people tell stories about him, as people share stories about him, they share his madness. The more his story is shared, the more people know about him, the more powerful he gets. And he was here. We managed to stop him, but he has returned now. But we have to get into that room. Now, I don't know what we'll see when we get into that room. It'll be mind-shattering, I'm sure. Mind-devouring. But you have to be strong. You have to steel yourselves. If anything in this world means anything to you, now is the time to stand up for it. If you have any last words you would say to each other, now would be the time to do it, because once we open that door, Lord only knows what we'll find. But madness will come in its wake. Kind of madness that shatters bodies, not just minds.
Georgia, I've been in love with you since the first moment I saw you.
Holy fuck. Wow. Listen, Hetty, I really, really like you, like a whole lot. And one of the things I didn't tell you was that the reason I got transferred down here to KC was because I was fucking Boss Balducci's wife, Lucille. And I think she might have been the love of my life, but I think she would want to see me happy more than anything. Because Lucille ain't around no more. If you catch my drift.
Yeah. Yeah, I catch your drift.
And if we make it out of this alive, I'm going to make you the best fucking spaghetti dinner you've ever had in your entire life. And I kiss her right on the mouth.
Beautiful.
The old man looks at Mama and Henry. Are you two also about to law clips, or...
No, I've gave up men a long time ago. Well,
Probably for
it was lovely working with all of you and knowing all of you, and I hope I don't die a madam in a brothel, but if I do, then I guess that's just a cruel joke on life, and that's fine.
I would like to possibly interact with my memento, which is Lucille's St. Christopher medallion that she gave me because I was doing a lot of traveling for her husband, and I just wanted to like remember her and kind of get a blessing about this whole Hattie thing.
By you, Henry. And last words.
Well, guess it's about time.
You start walking down the hall. The old man begins to recite something he seems to have committed to memory. Along the shore the cloud waves break, the twin suns sink behind the lake, the shadows lengthen in Carcosa. Strange is the night where black stars rise and strange moons circle through the skies, but stranger still is lost Carcosa. Songs that the Hyades shall sing where flap the tatters of the king must die unheard in dim Carcosa. Song of my soul, my voice is dead. I, though unsung as tears unshed, shall dry and die in lost Carcosa. And you approach the door, and you steady yourself. And he says, "For I knew that the king in yellow had opened his tattered mantle, and there was only God to cry to now." And you open the door to the room of Mr. Bender. And that, my friends, is where we will end tonight's little foray to the Yellow Cabaret, somewhere in dim Carcosa. Thank you very much, my friends.
Wow.
Thank you very much.